Kinoma. Gongari. Kinoma. MC Mwenza. MC Mwenza.
Yes.
Jamani, mbona unipi psych? Mbona unipi psych jamani? MC Mwenza.
Ndio.
MC Mwenza.
Aha.
Mambo vipi?
Mambo shwari, mambo barida.
Mambo baridi fresh?
Yani tuko freshi barida.
Simple boy. Lakini wewe ni simple girl, sio? Are you simple?
Nakaa niko single.
Simple, not single.
Oh.
Are you simple?
Unge pronounce vizuri jamani.
Ni vile saa zingine nilienda group of schools.
Na sisi tukana chekechea.
Sasa inalingana mwalimu wangu wa Kizungu ama Kiswahili alikuwa yupi. Sijui alitoka milima ama alitoka.
I doubt your group of schools.
Sure. So,
pigia makofi MC Mlachake.
Take the stage please.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. How was your lunch? Amazing. I think Red Cross wamesikia. Wamesikia. Ama tupige kelele tena. I 1 2 3 go. They have heard. So you are being sorted in a few, all right? You are being sorted in a few. So far, amazing. I hope we are learning. I hope we are taking very, very important points home, and we are good to continue in this afternoon session. So with us today, we have a couple of guests, a couple of stakeholders, and also our sponsors and partners. And we are excited to have them in the room today. And I hope this session that we're about to have is going to be impactful to all of us. So I'm kindly requesting those of us behind there who are still talking, networking, if you could just concentrate for a few minutes, then you'll be good to go. So mmeskika, maji ndio hayo, simeona? Aya, tutulie, sawa? All right, so I can see the guests. I know our moderator will introduce to them, but I want to recognize the presence of Yashpal. Let's appreciate Yashpal. Amazing, from KPA. And I've also seen from Sote Hub, the CEO, Mr. David Ogige. Let's appreciate him from Sote Hub. And I've seen my amazing friend all the way from Somo Africa, regional coordinator, Somo Africa. That is Madam Nadhifa. Let's appreciate Nadhifa in the house. Of course, and many others that are still to come. So this afternoon, we are having a very important subject of discussion that is entitled entrepreneurship, that is entitled promoting entrepreneurship in blue economy amongst the youth. When I say we say wa. We? Wa? We? Wa? All right, so I kindly request for your attention as I invite the lady who's going to be leading the discussion. So our discussion today is centered on promoting entrepreneurship in blue economy amongst the youth. And this one is going to be moderated by a very, very beautiful young lady in the house. All right, thank you. I was just receiving some few words of wisdom from my colleague. So I'm told before I introduce the moderator of the day, we have a very quick quiz. All right? And we have some awards. So we want to request volunteers, those people who want to be awarded this afternoon. You are here and you don't want to walk out of this place without anything. You want to get some vouchers, some gift hampers, some good things. So I want to request if we can get at least 3 dancers. If you know you are talented or gifted in dancing, there's something good for you. You can come on stage. We do something very fast, and then I invite the moderator. So any volunteer in the room, anyone who wants to dance, who wants to receive a gift hamper, a package to take home to remember this particular forum. Let's appreciate this lady here. Aya, alikuwa anaenda wapi? All right, makofi kwake, makofi kwake, makofi kwake. Aha. Ulikuwa unamsindikiza? All right. Can we have a gentleman now? A gentleman. Haya. Wanaume. Wanaume. Haya, may I see the men in the room now? Please, a volunteer. Kuna zawadi tam-tam, zawadi kem-kem. Because we cannot offer all these gifts to everyone, that's why we want a few people to come and do something here.
DJ tulia tu, DJ tulia. DJ tulia. Tafadhali. Naomba wasichana wawili tafadhali hapa mbele tafadhali. Njoo dada. Njoo. Wapi makofi jamani?
Wapige makofi.
Wapi makofi tafadhali? Mwingine tafadhali. Haya. Njoo. Mwingine. Mwingine.
Wanaume mnatubwaga.
Wanaume wawili tafadhali. Sawa.
Wanaume.
Kuja.
Wapi psych? Nice.
Mwingine tafadhali. Mwingine tafadhali. Aya. Simama hapa, simameni hapa. Kila mtu achukue nafasi yake. Karibu sana kiongozi wetu naona katika idara ya vijana jinsia. Tafadhali karibu sana my brother from another mother. I'm very happy seeing you this afternoon.
Wacha ni volunteer watu Michael MC.
Nilete.
Zawadi ni nyingi.
Nilete tafadhali.
Na mtaki zawadi.
DJ nataka mapiano.
Kuna zawadi nzuri sana. Nenda tu pale mbele. Tu.
DJ mapiano.
Pigia makofi.
Hii yote nafanya kwa courtesy of kiongozi wetu tena waziri wetu kwa sababu ni mtu anapenda art. Hii ni mafanya kwa ajili yako kiongozi wangu. Ili angalau uwaone ya kwamba vijana wapo. Vijana wapo.
Machali hawataki.
Haya. DJ kwa sababu ya muda na hao watatu ndio wamejitolea. Tafadhali DJ nipe mapiano tamu sana. 1 2 3 twende nalo jamani. Na unipe jina tafadhali.
Haya. Aha. Wapi kelele yao? Aha.
DJ shikilia.
Wow.
Hey.
Yaani wako sawa mbaya.
Wanaweza hawezi?
Wanaweza
wawezi? Wanaweza? Wapi makofi kwao tafadhali? Wapi makofi kwao tafadhali? Wapi makofi kwa tafadhali? DJ, nipe jino kidogo tena. Kidogo tena DJ. Nikitayarisha zawadi zao tafadhali DJ. Aya, ndio.
Black Market Records.
Aya, wapi nduru yao?
My hands, your waist, my heart. Awe kuna.
Wapi nduru?
Your lips, they touch. We kiss kuna.
Wapi nduru yao?
Come to the dance floor, babe. Leo tuna festa fe banga. Ama tutadu it your way. Yeah, wacha nikuse. Usiniogope, babe. Leo na finesse na ujanja. Leo ntamete. Ukini kuna back, nitakukuna front. Ebu baby, don't let go. Ukini pea shash, nitakupea ndo. This is the kind of love make you make me do it. I make you show it. It's rain.
My hands, your waist, my heart. Awe kuna. My lips, your lips, they touch. We kiss.
Wapi makofi jamani? Wapi makofi?
Siezi leo sai, siezi toka club sai, siezi
Wapi makofi?
siezi kwa pombe alafu mimi nizirai. Sakata rumba, sakata kuna nyuma, chuchuma kuna wevunja ufupa, tumia mikono ukishindwa miguna, kilichopandwa ni ulichokikuna.
Aya, DJ. Hey, jamani. Niko na tele. Hey. Wanaweza hawezi? DJ shikilia. Wanaweza hawezi?
Wanaweza.
Wapi makofi jamani? Haya, nipeni zawadi. Nipe zawadi.
Tushasikia tukiingia ni kublast. Huko ngabado unachuklwa madam, so anguka nao itabaki meflow na vibe. Anguka nao koko single for now. Mdagris mteja patikani. Hadi late night saa 6 ndo taniwai. Nikupin location na nikofana na hii. Sukate call niko chini.
DJ shikilia. Haya. Sasa nasema hivi. Sikizeni basi. Nyamazeni tafadhali. Naomba cooperation tafadhali. Ahore ama anaweza? Ahore ama anaweza? Ashuke ama sishuke? Ashuke ama asishuke? Asishuke. Haya. DJ nataka DJ twende DJ.
Tunajua kuririma female benzima goddamn na go ina reproduction tunaifanyia backseat ya Caldina bad
DJ wapi?
bad.
Haya. Sawa. DJ shikilia. Jamani. DJ tulia. Nimesikia mapiano. Haya. DJ shikilia. DJ, I'm the captain. DJ, I'm the captain please. Tumejua tuko ndani ya umeli. I'm the captain please. So, kulingana na muda nina zawadi ya hawa watu. Wote watatu na wapa zawadi. Wapi makofi kwao tafadhali? Na kwa sababu Mwenyezi Mungu alitujalia neema kubwa na neema ndogo na wakatupa waziri ambaye anapenda mambo na michezo, kuigiza. Tafadhali waziri, my brother from another mother, please with your due respect I request you to come. Jamani, hey, raha.
Sani sana.
Rasi
Ile siku ya kukubali. Ya supu na kindukulu na shuku mausiku kama kawa ni maforms itajipa sema wapi kuna shika kasavera ama kuiva neza piga zangu timba ndo nisule shida nikifika saki mtu anambia nitembe jaba niko ndio bado unanitatiza naweza sema zimpa kazi yo nipati sija kuja
what all right
kamkoba kaupiga ti nandi chekiti participate kama bado si participate shots 1 2 unaweza penda kujimarinate sabigal na tigal pana kujivalidate super pana choma bet wewe uko sawa
wapi makofi yake
we hivyo maintain hivyo slewe sana hivyo we hivyo slewe sana hivyo hivyo usichome sana hivyo usonge sana.
Aya pita. Jamani pita moja jamani. Thank you so much. Aya. Yes. Aya. DJ shikilia. Aya, tunyamaze. Naomba tunyamaze. Vijana, mnakumbuka nikisema volunteer? Wamevolunteer na wakatiwa kitu. Sasa hii unajisema jamani ningejua, lakini it's too late my friend. It is too. Wakati nilikuwa nawaita jamani njooni, mlikataa. Na neema Mwenyezi Mungu akaleta neema zake. Sasa sauri yako, jitolee. Mwenyezi Mungu ataleta mengine baadaye jamani. Raha jamani. Kulingana na muda na maboys watakuja tafadhali. Maboys watakuja lakini kwa sio sasa tafadhali. Kwa sababu ya muda na najua kiongozi ana mambo mengi na watu wanamtaji kwa sababu ya uongozi wake. Tafadhali nitampa MC mwenza tafadhali popote ulipo ili angalau naomba tunyamaze tafadhali. Naomba tunyamaze tafadhali. Kulingana na muda nataka tulete panel ili kiongozi wetu pia apate nafasi ya kuzungumza na vijana. Nitampa co-MC dada mrembo, dada ambaye ukimwangalia tafadhali utasema mashallah, kwa sababu waliosoma kulikuwa na kitabu inaitwa Kifo Kisimani. Wale waliosoma Kifo Kisimani. Kuna dada alikuwa na shingo wa upanga. Yaani ukimwangalia mwanadada huyo sisemi nitaharibu. Welcome. Tafadhali wapi makofi kwake tafadhali? Wapi makofi kwake tafadhali?
Thank you so much. Safi sana. So we are set. Thank you so much our guests for coming. Thank you to all our partner sponsors. I just want to announce to us that this event is live on SOS Children's Villages Kenya YouTube. Please go there, subscribe, like and share. All right? We want you to subscribe, like and share, and if possible leave a comment and we'll be good to go. So right about now our panel is ready and I want to call upon our able moderator of the day, and that is none other than Gabriela Nashiva. Gabriela Nashiva is the director at Gilitix Media and Blue Radio. Other than that, she is the co-founder of Suja Solution. Ladies and gentlemen, may we put our hands together as I invite on stage none other than Gabriela Nashiva. Wapi makofi? Mpatia beat nzuri, huu ni mrembo, aingi hivi jamani. Siaka mtogo.
I had to put my life on pause and follow you where you're going. And if I make you my business, I suffer no loss, 'cause I'm in love and it's showing.
Good afternoon. Mkwaje? Comrades Power. Hata mimi sikuwa uko mbali sana. Tuko hapo karibu pamoja. So my name is Gabriela Nashiva. from Blue Radio, bringing the vibe. Say it with me. Blue Radio. Blue Radio. Yes, please find us online. Na uta enjoy good things up there. So I would love to invite my panelists. Hello. Tuko pamoja. Okay. So I would love to invite my able panel. I would love to invite my able panelists who will speak about promoting entrepreneurship in blue economy amongst the youth. I will start with Mr. David Oginga from Sote Hub. David has hosted us before at White Sands, where he brought together investors and the SMEs. And there we had amazing conversations around blue economy. So thank you so much, Mr. David. Next, we have Dr. Mariam Swale, the head of Ocean Climate Innovation Hub. Dr. Mariam has done a phenomenal work, not just for herself and her academic achievements, but also for her community. She's the perfect example of kutumia degree kuinua jamii. Next, we'll have Mr. Josiah Moriasi. Is he really with us? Oh, there's a representative. Thank you so much. Tuko pamoja kweli? Nasikia kelele nyingi. Hello? Tuko pamoja? Okay. Next.
Tafadhali. Heshima na taadhima idumu tafadhali. Naomba tunyamaze ili shughuli iwe na heshima na iende sambamba. Tafadhali naomba tunyamaze ili tumpe nafasi moderator wetu ili afanye kazi yake. Naomba kwa moyo mkunjufu na heshima tafadhali.
Okay, next on stage we'll have Madam Nadhifa Jama from Somo Africa. Round of applause, please. Ms. Nadhifa has been proactive to championing community development from peace building to training and promoting equality. Thank you so much, Madam Nadhifa. Next, we'll have Mr. Yashpal. Round of applause, please. He is from Elimu. He is from Elimu Masters Hub and KNCCI Mombasa. Yashpal has taken keen interest in working closely with young people to see them realize their full potential. Last but not least, we'll have Madam Nancy Karaoke. Round of applause, please, from Absa Bank, Kenya. She's the regional sales manager of Absa Bank Coast Region with expertise in financial management and investment. So to my panelists, we have 45 minutes for discussion. We have 2 questions each and 3 minutes each for answering, and then we'll have 15 minutes for questions from the audience. All right? Very nice. So we shall begin. I'd love to begin from my very far end. Madam Nancy Karaoke, you will be up first. Oh, my microphone.
One, two, all right, maridadi kabisa.
Hello. Hapo sawa? Okay, sawa sawa. I will begin at my very extreme left with Madam Nancy from Absa Bank. Kwa hiyo atatuongelesha mambo ya pesa kidogo. Si tunapenda kujua zaidi kuhusu hayo. So my first question to her will be, how can young people, these young people here, invest? Because wakati mwingine hela zetu tunaona ni kidogo, labda ni pocket money tu tuna depend on, ama ndo tumeanza kufanya kazi. So how do we invest?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes, my name is Nancy Kariuki. I work with Absa Bank Kenya PLC as the regional sales manager. And thank you for the question, Gabriela. So for me, when you talk about investment, I could talk for 1 hour about investment. So how can we invest? Investment is a very broad subject, but what I would like us to think about is saving versus investment. So when you're saving your money and is it bringing you a return? So when we talk about investment, it's about how can you make a return from the money that you are saving. So nowadays we have a lot of ways to be able to invest. And one of the ways is actually to have an investment account in the bank of your choice. I would advocate for Absa Bank, where you can be able to open an investment account. It would give you a return that is higher than what you'd normally get from a normal savings account, but at the same time, it will be flexible enough for you to be able to get the money when you need it. So that is one way that you can be able to invest. Remember, when you talk about investments, it's good for you to be able to divide your investments into short-term versus long-term. So for short-term, you'll put them in an investment vehicle that will be able to get the money when you need it. For long-term investment, I would advocate for you to be able to put the money in an investment vehicle that could also be able to double up as an insurance where you have a life cover. So that is a long-term plan where you're being able to put your money and your money is making a higher return and also it is protected. It is good to save money, but is it protected? Actually, you can save money, invest money, but lose all of it in a simple one incident. So remember, as you save, as you invest, then you have to be able to protect your investment. Thank you.
So do you need a large amount to start this investment you're talking about?
No, okay. The minimum investment amount currently, even with 1,000 shillings, you can open an investment account or $10 if your business is in dollars.
All right. Now on to my next panelist. I will speak to Madam Nadhifa Jama. There are young people listening from marginalized communities who may feel entrepreneurship is far-fetched, that owning that company needs, large monies, owning that business is quite far-fetched for them. And that's how we find ourselves opting for small, replicable business ventures. Mtu anauza viazi karai, acha pia mimi nifanye hiyo. Manake hiyo, ndio inakaa capital yake ni ndogo, ni rahisi kupata. So, what do you say to them?
Thank you so much. Are you able to all hear me? If you can hear me, just raise your hand so that I'm sure. Okay. Thank you so much. My name is Nadhifa Jama, and I work at Somo Africa. And basically what we do at Somo Africa is a non-profit organization that works to support young people from marginalized community. I love the fact that you've already used it in the question, because our target are young people from marginalized communities with brilliant social innovation at their earliest stage to be able to access the necessary tools and resources that they need to create sustainable business ventures. So according to our programs and how they run, we are actually targeting young people who are still having ideas or concepts of certain kind of businesses, and with our focus in ideas in the blue economy. Yeah, of course, because that is the theme of today. Yeah, so they don't need to have a lot. What they need to have at that point is commitment to the idea and readiness to work on it. Because most often, a lot of young people have amazing ideas. I can say young people have amazing ideas. They're very brilliant, but they do not know what to do about those. A lot of time, they start their idea. When they face a little bit of challenges, they give up, they lose that idea. Then a few moments later, or a few months or years later, they see someone else doing the same idea in a more advanced way. Then they feel like, oh, this person stole my idea. No, they didn't steal. You are not committed to that idea. So there are a lot of resources around you, including programs, entrepreneur support organizations like Somo Africa, like Sote Hub, like KPA, and many others in the ecosystem, that they have programs that can target ideators and other programs that are targeting already established businesses that are looking to scale. So let it be your initiative to walk into these resource centers or ask people who know these people, walk into these hubs, request for services that can fit your stage of the business idea. I'm sure you'll be able to get support in resources, support in business advisory, support in access to finance. That is, if you need probably you need grant, because grant work very well in de-risking, especially for young entrepreneurs who are starting up with limited resources, financial resources. So, and if you're already started and you're looking to scale, we also have programs that are targeting those kind of enterprises that are already established, ready to scale, and probably the kind of support they need is quite advanced. If it's financial, probably it's quite advanced past what a grant can offer or what most enterprises can offer. So what I'll encourage young people in this room is to always look for this information. We have so many people who are ready to support, even the school. I'm glad that for me to be able, I didn't share this one, for me to be able to get where I am, I'm actually a graduate of TUM. Yeah. I graduated in 2022. And the reason why I got here, it's because of the programs I used to see like these ones. When people come, they do such events, I ask people, inquire. That's how I was able to get here. Yeah, so it's usually your self-initiative to go and inquire about things. So don't get afraid if you don't have anything. Most people do not have, they have nothing completely, but their commitment, determination, and inquisitive, it's what makes them or drives them to success. Thank you.
A round of applause, please. This is an alumni of this university. Tafadhali mumshereke kidogo. Thank you very much. Now, we have a representative from Youth Fund. Please introduce yourself before I ask you the question.
Okay, my name is Zulekha Abdallah. I am representing the CEO. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it.
Mnamsikia?
Yes.
Can we get another microphone, please?
My name is Zulekha Abdallah Shabani. I work with Youth Enterprise Development Fund. I'm currently representing the CEO Youth Fund Kenya. Yes.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
from the Youth Fund, najua mnawajua Youth Fund, eh? Pale mali ofisi yao iko karibu na Fort Jesus, yeah? Okay, so tumesikia kuhusu jobs majuu, labor migration, si ndio? So we wanted to understand what impact it will have on our nation in the coming years, because sahi kuna controversial conversations that ni some form of ukoloni mambo leo, mbona tunatuma watu wetu mbali, mbona wasiwe na kazi hapa nyumbani. So help us understand the positive impacts that it will have on our nation in the years to come.
Yes, with the Youth Enterprise Development Fund, we have a product called Vibe Loan, Vijana in Blue Economy. Previously, we used to call it Vijana in Baharia. Unfortunately, with the cruise ship job, we are getting a lot of application from upcountry youths. The local youths are not embracing this product. You are not embracing this product because maybe there is not much information. But this is one product that can really change your life. I'm talking about earning $1,200 a month. That is around 120,000 Kenya money, just unlike going to UAE countries. Because in Coast region, majority of the young people that go to UAE, that is Dubai, Qatar, Emirates, Saudi, come from Coast region. We have like 1,500 young people migrating to Saudi and other country every month. look at this. The cruise ship jobs can offer you 6 months come back to Kenya with $1 bill. Qatar and UAE countries is going to offer you dinar. You stay there in Saudi for 2 years. Kenya has 198 agents. Some of you don't even understand there is NEA. I think NEA is outside there. I am humbly asking you to go to STCW course, and I even thank Waziri for reducing from 35,000 to 20,000. Please go for the cruise ship jobs. Come to, I'm also alumni of TUM. Go to hospitality industry. That is where money is. Mwenyezi Mungu ametupatia hii bahari. It is not by design. No, no, no. Tulipewa hii turathi ili itusaidie. Yes.
Very nice. Round of applause for another alumni of TUM. Okay, so as we move on, I hope mnaandika notes. Sawa sawa. Na maswali, nataka hiyo maswali ije kwa wingi. Hawa panelists wakitoka hapa wamewajibu. Leo ni siku ya mwisho. You go home understanding the opportunities that are there for you. Imagine they're all here just for you. So please take advantage of this. Now on to my next panelist. This is Dr. Mariam Swale. We had an event a few months ago at Blue Radio. It was a youth dialogue at Bandari Maritime. I think if there's anyone, did anyone come for that event in here? The youth dialogue at Bandari? Lovely, yes. So some of the things that we were discussing there were the difficulties in finding employment after doing the maritime studies. So from what you have been able to do, Madam Daktari, you've been able to use your academic knowledge, yeah, and expertise to also venture out in innovation and in finding solutions in the community. So maybe for that young person who's here, who's been able to graduate, yes, they have done their maritime studies, but or any other course around blue economy, but bado hawajapata kazi, and they desire to venture into entrepreneurship. What would you say to them in terms of tapping their entrepreneurial self to solving problems around blue economy?
Asante sana. Mwanzo asanteni nyote kwa kuja. It's afternoon and thank you for staying mpaka saizi. So background kidogo kunihusu. Mimi nimelelewa huku Mombasa, nimesomea Star of the Sea. So primary, so nimelelewa huku Mombasa. Na mtu upata suluhisho from the problems anaona. Mukitembea, when you're walking around, munaona there are many problems around you. So that's where you find solutions. So umemaliza degree yako ama masomo yako, si lazima iwe degree. Umemaliza kama ni primary or high school. Umemaliza, unaona hakuna kazi, unaanza wapi kupata suluhisho? Si ndio? Unatoa wapi pesa? So one way ni kutafuta problems ni gani? You look at, for example, in our case, what you're talking about ni blue economy. Blue economy ni nini? Bahari, si ndio? Na pia rivers and lakes, but in this case it's the ocean. Ocean in Kenya is like the coastline is 650 kilometers. So it's a very huge coastline. Na from the ocean kuna a lot of products ambazo unaweza kupata. For example, the biggest the work I'm doing right now is on blue foods. Chakula ambacho kinatoka baharini. Watu wengi, especially kama huku coast, wanajua chakula ni samaki tu kinachotoka baharini, si ndio? Watu wale tafi, wale samaki gani mwingine? Tewa, sijui papa, but ukitembea nchi zingine, mnaona watu wanakula kila kitu. Kama ni oyster, ni shellfish, mpaka mboga ambazo zinatoka baharini. Hapo tayari kuna gap. Huku kwetu kuna vyakula watu hawali. Na ukisearch tu kwa internet unaona vyakula hivi viko na high nutritional value. So unawezaje kuchukua hicho chakula, yani kuchukua hiyo opportunity ujitafutie biashara? Sasa ni simple solutions. Solutions, for example, ambayo ni very common, waste pollution. Manake huge amounts of waste, millions of tons of waste, plastic waste and all types of waste zina end up in the ocean. So unapata kuna vijana wengi wamejishikana, wana collect taka, lakini sasa hivi unapata kuna vijana wengine wamejitolea, wanatengeneza products kutoka hizo takataka. Another example waweza kuangalia ni pia a simple problem like Mombasa, kuna sehemu nyingi kuna shida ya maji, si ndio? Maji ya kunywa ni most homes wananunua saizi, si ndio? Lakini bahari si ni maji? The only difference ni nini? Iko na chumvi nyingi, si ndio? How can you find a solution to that? Tuone njia ambazo tunaweza kutumia hiyo maji ya chumvi kutengeza drinking water. And the last example naweza kupatia ni energy. Bahari iko na lot of energy. Hizo waves ziki move ziko na energy nyingi sana. How can you use your knowledge ya physics ama electricity capture, kutap hiyo energy? Now it's as simple as going to YouTube, you search, si ndio? Kuna plastiki nyingi baharini. Nitatengezaje plastic kutoka products ambazo zinaweza kudegrade ama ambazo haziko harmful? Kuna shida chakula Kenya. Ninaweza kufanya nini kutoka baharini niweze kusolve your problem? So I would urge you, make use of your social media. Make use of YouTube to research, make use of Google. Na siku hizi kuna pia ChatGPT, si ndio? Another way, use your social media kujiadvertise. Leo mko kwa hii conference, mnakuja, njoni hapa, watu wakisimama, njoni hapa mbele, pigeni picha, post it on your social media. Nilikuwa kwa Blue Economy, Vijana Blue Economy Conference, na mimi this is what I do, you know, let people know about what you do. Ni sawa, mkipiga picha, pigeni picha mko in other places, but when you're in this event, just post, semeni I'm in this event, I work in Blue Economy, so that people identify you with that. So those are a few things I'd like to tell you. Asanteni.
Amazing. Amazing. Mumeiba ideas hapo. I hope so. I hope you're writing them down. Sawa sawa. Ni kama ilikuwa ladies first, because at the very end it's the ladies. Now we get to listen to the gentlemen, starting with Mr. David. Now, we have tumesikia hizi conversations that we want to be self-sufficient in Africa. Si kitu ya siku moja. It's a long walk that we have to at least start somewhere here. And we would want to be self-sufficient even in our nation, to be economically empowered and economically independent. I mean, when we had COVID, we had countries that people had expenditure of up to 6 months. Kwamba hata leo ukiacha kazi ama ukifutwa kazi ama biashara ishuke, you have up to 6 months of expenditure. Can anyone at least raise their hand if that's something you're sure you can be able to do? Even the panelists here, you know, ni swali ambao tunafaa tujiulize kila wakati. Can I sustain myself even if ile source yangu ya income ikatike once? So that's what we mean by being independent economically. Kwa hivyo we have to start somewhere. And my question is that even as we embark on this journey, what fields can these young people innovate around? What are investors saying? Because Mr. David works very closely with a vast pool of investors, so would want to know what are investors looking at and what should these young people invest around?
Yeah, thank you. Mko poa? Mko sawa? Mlifurahi sana wakati wa dance, lakini saa hii uso sioni hiyo tabasamu, but yeah, so my name is David. Tutakuwa na hiyo dance tukishamaliza, sawa? My name is David Ogiga, director for Soto Hub. You can see our banner is here. We work with entrepreneurs in the blue economy and climate. We are located in Nyali, and always a privilege to come and share and also learn. I think when you come in these events, I learn more than what I contribute. I think to answer your question, for me, what I believe in, and I was in another event, there's a new hub in Mombasa being launched, known as Vestaville, that will also be part of the ecosystem. And my big message for that event is, as a young person, before embarking on a business idea, is there a problem you are solving? All right? Kuna shida una solve. So that innovate or work on solutions, not hobbies. A lot of times we have business ideas that have no commercial ending, all right? And a lot of NGOs and CBOs and self-help groups are wired on this aspect that wanataka rescue the world, all right? It's difficult to save the world. So what about you as an individual? So as long as you are solving a problem, somebody will always pay you, all right? And if you find that whatever you are selling, no one is buying it, it means you are not solving anyone's problem. So. And so it's now upon you to think about, and so take your time. There's a lot of ideas propagated here, and also Dr. Miriam have talked about lots of opportunities. But where is the gap? What are you solving? What new idea are you bringing into the ecosystem? Because once you are able to answer that question, you will definitely be able to have a buyer. There are different areas. For example, you asked me about investable ideas. Aquaculture is one area. Kenya consumes about 500,000 metric tons of fish. All right? 500 metric thousand of fish. But do you know how much we produce, whether through aquaculture or fishing? Anyone? Tunatoa samaki kiasi gani hapa nchi? Any idea? No idea. So we only produce around 200,000 metric ton. All right? So it means 3/4 of what we consume, it doesn't matter whether it's tilapia, it's the tuna that you talked about, whatever, marine fish, is imported from China, Norway, Tanzania, and other countries. That already is a business idea. You don't need to ask anybody about it. All right? And if you can invest in that idea, you will already have clientele and customers and people that are demanding for this. So aquaculture is one, I can talk about it. Then the other one is, for example, in the tourism, we have what we call nature-based enterprises. For example, the seaweed, value addition. Kule Diani in Kwale, I work with a group, I think it's a women group that are doing value addition to seaweed. So they make soap, cosmetics, pharmaceutical, and they're importing these things, both the finished product, but also as a raw material to places like France. Those are nature-based solutions. We are talking about hewa safi, carbon. So that's things like mangrove. Again, those are opportunities. I have seen groups that are doing asali kutoka mangrove, all right? The mangrove honey, and it's one of the best quality of honey you can ever come across. And so investors will always be looking at the returns. The return is, hii biashara yako, kwanza hata kabla hujaenda kwa investor, wewe mwenyewe unapata pesa, ama unapata faida. Big question for you, and so never run away from that. If you're able to tackle that, the good news is that we have spaces like Sote Hub, like Somo is here, and we have, KPAE was doing it, also does it, Sinapis does it, Close the Gap, Swahili Pot, all right? So walk into any space, they have programs that are able to support you to get the next level.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you. A round of applause, please. Ideas zinaongezeka, eh? I hope tuna benefits. Tunataka tukitoka hapa tunaenda kuanzisha fish farm mahali. Mimi mwenyewe nimeiba moja mbili hapo. So now to Mr. Yashpal. Thank you so much for being here today. And my question would be, it's definitely crossed the minds of these young people to start or innovate, especially around the ocean. Kama vile Madam Mariam amesema, wamekuwa hapa pwani, wengine wamekuja wamekaa, so wameona vitu, labda wametamani kuinnovate. But then in 2 minutes, please unpack for us how these young people can start to unlock this entrepreneurial journey within them, and like sort of like a starter pack, because yes, there is that distance between this is my idea and this is my idea becoming a reality. So if you could just unpack that journey for us, how they can just start. For those who haven't started, that is.
Okay, thank you. My name is Yashpal Sihag, serving as the director in Kenya Chamber of Commerce and Industries. And the question goes back, if I ask you people, what's the biggest challenge young people are facing when it comes to starting a business? Biggest challenge? Huh? Say it loud. One more time. What if I prove you that capital is not a biggest problem? Right? What if I share with you my views that how I say that capital is not a biggest problem? Here is an example. I have a car, this beautiful car, and I want to give the key of driving this car to a young person so that he can take passengers to the other side. Tell me, who do I give this key to? To a person who knows how to drive the car, or to a person who doesn't know how to drive the car? Exactly, the person who knows how to drive the car. But how do we expect government to give us money when we don't know how to drive a business? How do we expect investors to give us money when we don't know whether we even know how to handle the steering of the business? The basic question, as she asked, that what is that starting point of an entrepreneur? Where does it all begins? And I like to draw your attention back to the fundamentals of it. The business is all about converting your expertise into solving problems. You are expert of some area and you are solving the problem for somebody. So the foundation of it starts with the technical skills. Foundation of it starts with one more time, even louder than me. So starting with the technical skills gives you an edge. Imagine you have started a beauty salon and you yourself don't know how to take care of your customers. Now you are dependent on somebody, right? And you have added more cost to your business. So when it comes to starting a business journey, you have to have technical skills in place. And there are many players who can assist us. We have technical vocational training programs offered by the department itself. Thank you very much, Waziri and the department, who is assisting a good number of people in skilling in different fields. CAP Youth Empowerment Institute and other vocational training programs like Amrut is also assisting. So there are number of fields you can learn fast. There was a question being asked by our moderator first to our first responder. And well, open your bank account with ABSA. It's a good bank. But the best investment a young person can make is to learn a technical skill. Because this is the age. If you miss this age, there is no young or youth age tomorrow. So that's my response, that the fundamental thing for young people to learn is how to start. Okay? And how to start requires technical skills. Thank you.
Round of applause, please. So your skills, yeah? And I would just love to say action. Just start. Whatever it is, whatever knowledge you have, however small, you start. The rest will find you as you continue. You don't have to know how the whole staircase will look like, but that first step, and then you'll meet Mr. Yashpal, who will tell you, add more skills here, add here, add here. You'll keep, rising up. So, Madam Nancy, wamesema tena capital. Though we've demystified that, tumeona si capital ndio yenyewe, but we'd want to know what products does ABSA have for entrepreneurs, especially around blue economy? What products do you have for these young people? Probably the ones that are custom made for them. That would be even better to hear.
Okay, so thank you very much, and thank you, Yashpal, because my work is very easy right now. We always have the problem of people coming to say, how can you support me? I want money. And that is the biggest problem that we have with especially our young people and those people who are in business or they want to start a business. So the first thing that I want to say is that the only businesses that we would want to support is a business that we know and we are sure that you know how to drive, isn't it? And what does that simply mean? What exactly are you doing right now? You could be having a small business. You could be running it from your pocket. You could be running it from your M-Pesa, from your phone. Now, the first step you need to do is to find a financial partner. A financial partner who can walk with you through your journey. So right now, we welcome you to our tent. Open up an account. If you're running a business, please don't run the business while you're running away from the county. Go and take a license from the county. Do not do things under the carpet. So get your license. It's easy to get a license even if you've not registered your business. You'll just cut the license and also open an account in your own name. That is what we call a sole proprietor. So you start from there. Do not do a business from your pocket and you're also mixing the same money with your house expenses. Learn to separate your business. Learn to have your account. Nowadays, you don't even need to go and take a till. The bank itself, we have the pay bill of the bank. You can use that pay bill, give to your clients, and they can be able to credit your money directly from your account. From there, you'll be able to also make your payments online using the mobile banking or the internet banking, and you'll be able to do your transaction. Now, we want to empower you because our purpose is to empower Africa's tomorrow together, one story at a time. So what do? We already have a program on our website called Ready to Work. So how can you utilize this program to be able to learn? In that website, it's actually for young people. It's a free digital learning program. You can come and learn entrepreneurial skills. You can come and learn money skills, how to budget. You can come and learn even how to use artificial intelligence to do your business. You can come and learn a lot. It has more than 12 modules. So from there, you'll be able to be empowered and you'll be able to have made a step to access the financial solutions that we have. Now, we are all asking for support. Now, the bank will support you when you have a history, and I've already told you how to start, is to have a bank account. Now, when you have started the journey, we will be looking at the history of your transactions to be able to get to see your turnovers. From there, even if you're doing a small business of supplying fish or whatever it is, as it grows, you'll be able to get a bigger tender. When you come to us, we will have evidence that you've been running this business. And that is where the support will come in. We'll be able to now start giving you working capital. If you want to go bigger and start having equipment, we'll be able to finance the equipment that you need. Even a boat, we can be able to finance for you to be able to run your business. So those are the ways in which we can support. And I am just calling on us, financial discipline is the most important thing in your journey. Have your discipline. Be able to have the business knowledge. We have the website. We have everything. And even in our website, you can be able to have webinars, access to webinars where we are able to upskill you. We are able to actually partner with, we have partnered with so many of the people here who are here talking to be able to offer capacity building. And even for you, if you do not have time to come and attend, go to our website and be able to upskill yourself. You'll have access to webinars. We'll be able to upskill you. So thank you so much. And in summary, that is the ways in which we can be able to support you financially. Thank you.
Round of applause, please. Can I add on to that? Can I share something? There's one thing I learned this year, because hata mimi niko na kabiashara mahali, is that business money is not your money. Pesa ya biashara ni ya biashara na yako ni yako. If anything, unajaribu kujilipa kutoka kwa hiyo biashara, but you can't use business money as your money for your business to grow and excel. So even for wale hawajaanza, what Madam has said is perfect. You start as a sole proprietor, but kama umeshaanzisha biashara, grow kidogo, separate, have your own accounts, and then let the business have its own account. Ukitoa pesa, ndo usienda umekula pesa ya stock, si ndio? Sawa. I think we've spoken about monies, how to get them, how to make them. Now, if you have any questions, please write them down. We'll have a segment for that if there's any other question around monies. Now, Nadhifa, I have a question around peace building and conflict transformation. In 2 minutes, please unpack for us the role of peace building and conflict transformation in sustainable communities, and then how it relates to entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much. That looks like a very complex question. Okay, so I'll need to unpack it step by step so that you are all able to understand. Hello, are you able to hear me? Okay, thank you. So when you talk about peace building, I'm passionate about peace building. I think that is where my background is a lot. And transformational conflict resolution skills. You see, a lot of times our communities are in constant conflicts. And when we talk about building peace in these communities that we live in, including the coastal communities, I know you can attest that we have faced a lot of conflicts. It needs transformational strategies. A lot of time, if you handle peace building on the surface level by handling what you can see, the things that you can see, like people are fighting, you stop them, you're not really being transformational. It means you've not addressed the root causes of that conflict. And for you to be able to create sustainable peace that ends up building sustainable communities that can thrive economically, it means you'll need to have another angle of looking at it. Being able to identify the root causes. What are the issues that are causing or leading to this conflict? And I think one of the major issues that usually leads to conflict is probably fighting over limited resources. We have resources, but the resources are limited. Actually, recently we are having narratives about being sustainable or building sustainable business ventures. Or when you talk about the blue economy, the issue or the angle of sustainability can never miss in, because we are talking about resources that are limited and we also have a future. How are we able to use the limited resources sustainably to be able to not to put the future generation at risk? Yeah, so the issue of limited resources also is one of the root causes of conflict. And that leads to economic economic empowerment. There's need for economic empowerment for these communities to be able to live in harmony. Yeah, so that is, entrepreneurship has been used as one of the strategies to provide livelihood to communities that are in conflict. And when we talk about entrepreneurship in such kind of context, like in marginalized communities. We are talking about entrepreneurship. These are business ventures that are able to address the social issues of the community. For example, if the community is fighting over maybe resources, how can businesses be built out of those kind of conflict that can be able to solve the issues? Probably the issues, for example, let me use the issues of plastic waste pollution. It's becoming a real issue at the coastal region, especially because plastic pollution poses a risk to the ocean. And the ocean is the main economic source of income for the coastal communities. So if we continuously pollute the environment, it means we are putting the ocean at risk. When the ocean is at risk, it means the resources available for us to build social ventures or businesses on it is being limited. I don't know if you understand, you're able to understand.
We get you.
And at the end, it will bring about conflict. So that's why it's essential for us as we're building businesses or entrepreneurship, we need to think about sustainability of the resources and enabling entrepreneurs to be able to create ideas or ventures that are able to impact, not only provide income or profits to themselves, but they're able to address social issues in their communities. I think that is how entrepreneurship comes in. I really love entrepreneurship because I feel like it is one of the other strategies that the government can use to help reduce the issue of youth unemployment. I know it's a big issue that even the government, without collaboration with the private sector, it cannot handle it alone. So as Somo Africa, we are actually very passionate about it, and providing economic employment opportunity for young people is one of our key objectives as we do our program. And I'll just like to allow me to call upon young people who like to probably start venturing in entrepreneurship. And you don't need to have a background in business for you to run a business. It's only commitment, passion, enthusiasm for you to be able to run successful ventures. So you can access some skills or knowledge through a platform called DigiSomo that Somo was able to build. This is a platform that is WhatsApp-based because you understand that young people spend a lot of time on their phone than in class or who really want to read books. So we came with this platform to enable young people who like to venture into business but have limited time of accessibility. They can still learn about entrepreneurship at their own time. Then if they feel like they want to come now, become serious, they can enroll for a boot camp in our program. So you can, if you have a phone, just save this number. If you have your phone, just save this number. It is +254, +254. +254 11 34 92 738 +254 11 34 92 738. So once you get to save that contact on WhatsApp, go to your WhatsApp, then chat with it 99. It's a bot, so it only recognizes number unless instructed. So just type 99, then follow instructions. So once you follow the instruction, it will give you an option, either you want to receive the learnings in English or Swahili. Then you can use this code as your passcode to be able to access the sessions. The passcode is 7999 799955. That can be your referral code.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just a last one. So once you be able to access the module, down there you'll see something that will allow you to apply to the Somo Entrepreneurship Bootcamp. That is an innovation bootcamp that will build your skill or your idea to a level where you are able to launch it. Then you can now see what other resources do you need to be able to run that business idea. Thank you.
perhaps where is your office where they can come in case kuna mtu hajaelewa?
Okay, so about our offices,
Just direction, yeah, where are you
okay,
located?
so our offices, we are hosted by the State Department of Youth in Likoni under the Likoni Youth Empowerment Center. Ukishavuka ferry, chukua tuk-tuk or boda, just ask them to drop you at Likoni Youth Empowerment Center near Mount Sinai.
Thank you very much. Round of applause, please. Mepeana information yote, just for you to benefit. One more question for the Youth Fund. Will we see Youth Fund collaborate with stakeholders in blue economy so that we can have tailor-made products for this industry?
With the Youth Enterprise Development Fund, it's
a bit audible, more just
with Youth Enterprise Development Fund, we are under the Youth Affairs and Creative Economy. And with us, we have a policy document. We have products that suit the blue economy products. The only unfortunate part is through all this collaboration, we just want young people to embrace the blue economy issues. If they can embrace, then we have no reason not to collaborate. And we are looking forward to collaborate with more young people if they are willing to either be in blue economy or any other industry. But my plea to the young people, especially in the coastal strip, please embrace blue economy. Either it's mariculture, you want to do sports, you want to do cruise ship jobs, just embrace blue economy. I'm a perfect example. Apart from being a public officer, I have a business. I do catering business. And I can tell you for sure, I thought my problem is finance. After 1.5 years, I realized my problem was more partnership and collaboration. I met people in the same industry who are willing to partner with me to share profit. With me sharing in partnership, I get more profit than taking loan or financing the business. I can still work and my side hustle keeps on, because at the end of the day, it's about a dollar bill. I had never thought at one day I'm gonna have this business and bloom. Just look for the right people in the same industry and they are going to do wonders for you. Yes, we are looking for more collaboration, and I'm hoping Dr. Alfred Mutua, who is coming here in the next February at Kenya Coast National Polytechnic to recruit more youth in the UAE industry. I'm looking at maybe in future for more cruise ship jobs so that we can finance more youths. Thank you.
Amazing. Now, Madam Mariam, we are almost left with time for questions only, so hopefully the next 3, Poleni, we'll have to only do 2 minutes for every question. Now, you speak about the youth in the global south, yeah, and how they can position themselves to leverage skills and innovation for inclusion. Could you probably mention a little bit about that and how these young people can also be in a competitive, place with the rest of the world when it comes to their innovations?
Asante kwa swali. Kitu cha kwanza, I like what Yash said. Without the technical know-how, hauna kitu, si ndio? Tunaambiwa knowledge is power, si ndio? Ama nyinyi knowledge si power? Knowledge is power, right? So I feel like number one, vijana lazima you need to get education. Na education here simaanishi you have to go get a PhD kama mimi. Nasema tu like you need to know what is happening in the world. Sasa make use of your internet. And also make sure you attend events. So first of all, akisema Global South, huwa kuna global south na global north. Global south ni huku kwenye tuko Kenya, na nchi nyingi za Kiafrika ambako kuna shida nyingi, sawa? Global north ndio huko ma US, ma UK kwenye mapesa.
First world countries.
Yeah, first world countries, thank you. Sasa youth ambaye yuko huku na youth ambaye yuko kule, the only difference ni kuwa one is in a more developed country but the other one hayuko, but akili ni ile ile, si ndio? Akili ni ile ile. So you have to gain knowledge, know what's happening in the world, and also apply for things. Every other day, juzi sote hub wali advertise Blue Invest, waka advertise 2 times because people did not apply. The second time watu waka apply. So meaning that vijana wengi they don't apply for these things. Kukiona kuna like what we have, I am heading the Ocean Climate Innovation Hub. It's hosted here at TUM. Now the hub is endorsed under UN Ocean Decade. A few years back, I didn't know what that is. What is UN Ocean Decade? But that is a platform anyone can search online and be a part of. Now, so many opportunities. And also under that, there is what we call early career ocean professionals. There you connect with people from all over the world. And ukiwa hapo, ndio hapo unakutana na watu wana shida kama wewe, lakini they are making use of their brains. Sawa? Especially in this space of the ocean. The other thing, I would like to tell you what we do, kusaidia vijana to get maybe exposure, is we have programs we call ocean literacy and climate literacy programs, where we explain about the ocean, what is the ocean, what are the opportunities in the ocean, how to innovate, and also we do mentorship. You have an idea, because vijana sengine akona so many ideas na hajui where to align. So if you have that idea and you need someone to talk to, we are here. You'll come, I'll sit with you. It doesn't, as many times as possible, could develop your idea, you are an actual product. From there, maybe nitakudirect kwa sote habo kusaidie na pesa. Then apart from that, what we also do, although our focus is mainly on ocean climate solutions, but sisi husema solutions ambazo zinaweza kutusaidia kutengeza pesa, si ndio? Manake our problem ni, we have so many problems, but mi sioni problem kama problem, naona kama solutions. And the only way we can be able to, the same level like people from other countries, na one day unajipata you're on the same panel or you're sitting in the same space with people from different parts of the world, ni sababu you're not stuck in Kenya. By stuck in Kenya meaning, ukiwa kwa simu yako, hauko kwa WhatsApp ukicheka memes peke yake, si ndio? You're also searching what is happening in the world and applying for opportunities. Please, we have a desk outside. You can register with us, and kukiwa na opportunities we'll share with you, or you can also reach us out. We'll share with you so many opportunities ambazo other young people like you from maybe America, they are also applying. Sasa, thank you.
Amazing. Kitu mimi nimeelewa ni shida isikuzuie udevelop ideas zako, no matter the level of situation or where you're coming from. Your ideas could be what the world needs at such a time as this. Okay, so I will skip you, Mr. David, because I have 2 for you, and I will speak to Mr. Yashpal, then I'll be back.
This is closing remarks also.
Yes. Okay, just a minute. Mr. Yashpal, before you give us your closing remarks, I would love to know your take on the role of incubation hubs in driving the industry growth, especially the blue economy industry. And this is also to know if these hubs have any influence in policies that will help young people innovate with no, too much roadblocks to skip and, get to where they want to get to.
Thank you. As an industry association, Kenya Chamber of Commerce and Industry always supports the ecosystem. Whether this ecosystem is in relation to the trade promotion, export, import, or the voices of the traders and business community, we always take them, and that now collective voice now allows us to influence on the policy makers. So with this now new enterprise development ecosystem, when we have young people joining in, that allows them a direct entry to, for us to take their voices to the influencers as well. But there is also, when it comes to entrepreneurs classification, we really need to look into further add few classes to it. For example, collectively we talk of MSMEs. By the way, it employs 60% of Kenya's population. Like, that's the largest employer. But further within that, there are classes. For example, a person who is just selling tea with a thermos on the street. Do you call that person a business person? How do you classify? Right? So this person is working for income generating. So it's income generating activities. Then there is a person who has a registered business but doesn't have any office, he is just operating from home. Right? Yeah. Now how do you classify that person? That's the person where now you call them, this is a self-employed person. Has a registered entity, but is a self-employed person. Now those two categories also, when we bring in, because right now they are not there, when we call our forums, you will find that all those forums, we don't get such kind of people. We only get people, those who either have a formal businesses, registered enterprises, doing medium, small or large corporates. So I think maybe that's the starting point to bring in the policy level changes for those people who are starting out their journey. And that is possible with the ecosystem like Mr. David and people like developing. Thank you.
Oh, amazing. Are your questions ready? Yeah, maswali yako tayari? Okay, I'll ask one question to Mr. David as you prepare your question. Whoever is ready can raise their hand so that the microphone comes to them. Mr. David, from all the work you've been able to do with young people, how would you define impact in terms of seeing them from idea stage, moving, growing, going to see investors coming? How would you define impact in terms of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, thanks. I think impact, just briefly, for us
yes,
is
very briefly.
3 areas. One is the jobs created, Ajira. We all know that youth, there's a big problem. Between 18 to 35, almost unemployment rate is almost at catastrophic levels in Kenya at the moment. And so when we start the incubation program, we always look at the jobs at the beginning and then at the end of the intervention. And we see that there's always a growth of 30 to 50%, which is good. Then the second aspect is the income, ama mapato. All right? You are in this business because you need income. Yeah. And so again, we look at income at the beginning, and then we measure at the very end. And that helps us to know whether they made a progress or they not make a progress. And then lastly is, and for example, we had businesses that had close to 50,000, making 50,000 a month, but at the beginning, and then at the end, they were doing 200,000 a month, all right? That's growth, isn't it? Yeah. So that's the thing that we look at. But then lastly is the environmental impact. So we look at, for example, we train you on the greening aspect. So if you are using water, are you able to recycle the dirty water? Because that also helps in the environment aspect. If you are using energy, is it solar? Kenya, I think 90% of the energy, electricity is renewable energy, which is fantastic. So how are you able to, nowadays you can also use solar which is again an alternative source of energy. If, let's say, for example, the waste, are you segregating waste? In fact, waste is another asset, because there are startups or there are businesses that are doing value addition into waste. I have startups at SotaHub. Some are making desks, school desks, the seats that you are sitting on from recycled marine plastic. Others are making functional items and they are selling in the shop. In the shop. So it's also possible that the waste that you generate also could be an alternative. So I think those are the three areas in which we measure impact.
Very nice. Round of applause, please. Mko tayari na maswali? Are your questions ready? Okay. Can I ask one last question to Mr. David? Just in 2 minutes. I would want to understand, there is something I've seen you speak about, and that is the Kenya Startup Bill. And these are people who are going to be operating in the startup space. So if you could just highlight briefly what that startup bill is about and why it's significant at such a time as this, just briefly, in a minute or two, right, as we close and get our questions ready.
Questions, yeah. So the startup bill is a set of laws and policies that is meant to make business better, especially for young people. You see, at very early stage, there's a lot of challenges. You're looking for capital, you're looking for customers, there's all challenges you're facing. And so what happened is that how can we make the early stage better for you? And that's why we have incubation. And so I was the chairman of Network of Hubs in Kenya. And together with the colleagues, we brought up this policy until it went to the Senate, it was passed in Senate, it went to National Assembly. Unfortunately, we went for the elections, then we lost that process. I'm happy that it has been picked up. Actually, the president was meant to launch it in April, but I think there's a bit of a delay. But what this bill will be looking at, for example, is how can we make taxes better? I think kila mtu sahi analia mambo ya ushuru, si ndio? But as young businesses, because there's no difference between a 3 months business and a 100-year business. KRA wanawalipisha ushuru the same rate, which is absolutely very unfair. But also, how can we skill? How can we connect you to market? How do you address issue of intellectual property? Countries in Africa, for example, Senegal, Nigeria, South Africa, have even Tunisia, have come up with this bill, and that's what they are using for their startups. I hope that Kenya can also be able to enact it, but that's at the national level. At the local level, and I'm happy to see Waziri here for youth, there are also opportunities in which we could be able to implement, and I'm glad that Mombasa County is always at the forefront. And I'm thinking about something like, we call it Startup Mombasa, all right? So how can Mombasa be favorable for young businesses, for startups like this? It could be different things. It could be, for example, you could reduce the permit, the licensing for startups, all right? It could be maybe set up special economic zones for young businesses like this, where there's incubation and where they could get maximum support. You could link them up with funding, but you could also buy their products and services. And so that the county becomes the first consumer and the first customer. Mbona mnipigi makofi? Because Waziri is here. I know maybe there's a lot they're already doing, and I think for us as ecosystem in Mombasa, we want to be able to have the right environment to continue impacting on the young startups. I have a lot of opportunities maybe announced at the very end.
Thank you very much. Now to the questions. Maswali tafadhali. Is there anyone with a microphone down there who can get the questions for us? Can we get a microphone down? The hands, please, so that we know where the microphone is coming. I see 2 at the front. Uko nyuma kuna maswali, katikati. Nataka tukienda nyumbani tuko set. We know. Okay, please proceed.
Naitwa Darius Olayo kutoka Nyota. Swali kwa director wa Chamber of Commerce. based on the experience, vijana wengi huchukulia biashara kama kazi ya kushikilia, part-time jobs. So because of that, they don't put that a meaningful effort, so they don't prosper. According to from experience as Chamber of Commerce, what may be the reason and what is the solution towards it? Because once you address that mindset change amongst the youth on business, we shall address the solution to it. Then swala la pili ni kwa Somo Africa na Sote Hub. In your training of the youth in the entrepreneurship or business, that aspect of mindset and attitude change, do you address it? And if so, do you have the impact so far realized? Thank you.
Thank you. There is someone else at the front here, then we can... Mikono tafadhali. Oh, there is a lady there and a gentleman.
Ngoja Dana.
Okay. Just right now? Mr. Yashpal would want clarity of your question.
Ngoja Dana kidogo. Tunaendelea na naomba tafadhali kwa yule ambaye kuna burning question ambayo iko very very important, very very vital, ndio ulize swali kulingana na muda. Naomba tafadhali, sitaki nikate mtu tafadhali.
Hello, good evening. My name is Emmanuel. I work at Sote Hub as a data management officer, and I have a question. It should go to Kipra, but I'll ask the KNCCI relating to the policy makers. So what initiatives do we have to ensure that the policies that we are coming up with involve the youths also, especially in the blue economy? Because you realize that most of the startups in the blue economy face challenges when it comes to acquiring compliance with the regulations that are already existing. Like for example, KEBS policies. So what can we do on all the stakeholders to ensure that they are able to acquire their certification for the regulations? Thank you.
Please stand. Okay. Okay.
Wakubwa zangu shikamoni kwanza. Na wadogo zangu saseni. Mimi langu si swali lakini ni ombi kwa Somo na Sote Hub. Kwanza ningependa kuwashukuru kwa kazi njema ambayo mwafanya. Nimekuwa Sote kwa muda mrefu, nimepitia hizo training zote na pia Somo. Ombi langu ni mkae chini na sisi kama wajasiriamali. Tatizo letu kubwa hapa Mombasa ni samaki. Kama mimi napata tenda ya samaki, lakini hapa Mombasa inabidi niende mpaka Shimoni, niende mpaka Lamu kuleta samaki. Kwa hivyo zile mbinu ambazo mlitumia kutikilisha sisi chini, mkutufunza jinsi ya kufanya biashara na kila kitu, tutumieni the same mbinu kwa hao wavuvi, kuwafundisha the new skills za uvuvi. Kama hiyo mambo ya Dr. Matthew yenye alizungumza kuhusu the app na the robots za kukuonesha mahali fulani kuna samaki aina fulani, kiasi gani na upana gani. Asanteni.
Thank you. Kabla tujatoka hapa mbele, anaweza rudia swali lake tafadhali arudie swali. Alafu
Tafadhali.
kuna mtu mwingine tafadhali, mikono. Kuna mkono pale. Nyuma mko sawa? Kila kitu shwari, biashara inaendelea vizuri kuanzia Jumatatu? Okay.
My question was, majority of youths who want to take business as part-time job. So they don't take it seriously. So as Director of Chamber of Commerce, what may be the cause why our youth are not taking positively in taking business as full-time job? Then what may be the solution based on your experience?
Thank you so much. Natumai ya kwamba hayo maswali
Wa mwisho yuko hapa.
wa mwisho tafadhali. Tafadhali.
Mko na dakika moja kujibu maswali. Please don't take long.
Direct to the point and question.
Mheshimiwa wants to leave, so just a minute. I'm saying Mheshimiwa wants to leave, so just a minute to reply.
I am Warda Hassan. Nilikuwa na swali kwa Mr. Yash. Alisema in order for someone to drive a car, lazima akuwe na experience, si ndio? But kuna wengine kama youth wengine wanakuanga na experience lakini hawapati opportunities, si ndio? Yeah, kuna wengine wanakuwa na experience hawapati kazi, they go around wanaangalia kazi hawapati. So na umesema lazima mtu akuwe na experience. Sasa kama sisi youth ambayo tuko na experience and yet we don't get the job opportunities, mtatusaidia vipi?
Okay, so Mr. Yash, please answer.
Yeah, thank you. Let me start with the last question. So sorry if I have given you some wrong dialogue. I meant to say not experience, skill. That was my request. That the first thing for us as young people to invest is in the skill. And when I am looking for a person, I will give that key to a person who at least has skill. So I hope that answers your query. Thank you. The second one now, gentleman from Sotehab, that what steps do we have or what interventions we have in place. So recently we held youth dialogue with Blue Radio, and I think Chairman also talked about it, that for us, because young people were not in system, we brought in a new program called Genuine Growth, so that at least young people come into our spectrum. Otherwise, they were not there. All those who were there, either they were already doing, because normally people join chamber or business in our association when they are established businesses, not new startups. But with the support of Genuine Growth Program, we have now started encouraging young people, and there is also dialogue going on that we reduce the fees. Either reduce it to a level where young people will not think twice to register, because at the current level the fees is very high even to join the chamber. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
The last question?
Yeah. The last question is, although it is people's choice whether to do a business part-time or a full-time. But from where I sit and my experience, I see people doing it part-time because they don't feel confident that it can provide them enough income. Right? That's the main reason people do. Not only that, I have seen people doing multiple businesses. They have not excelled in one, but at the same time, they have also started another one, third one, because they feel like, okay, this is not doing good, let me try something else. No, they have not given enough time to learn that one area. So I hope that answers your query. Thank you. Thank you very much.
A round of applause to all our panelists. Oh, okay.
There was
one comment.
Yes, so there was the question on BMUs, yeah? So I agree with you that we work a lot with the SMEs and businesses, startups, but we haven't focused a lot on the BMUs. So it's always good also to admit, si kujitetea kila saa. So that's an area that I think we need to explore. But as my parting shot, I want to also announce there are 3 opportunities that are open now. First is we are asking businesses in the marine plastic. So if you have an idea on plastic pollution, we will give up to 200,000 Kenya shillings for up to 10 businesses in Mombasa. The deadline is actually in 4 days' time, 30th of maybe it's 3 days' time, 30th of November. Now, there's a gentleman there, Emmanuel, maybe, yes, from SOT, and actually he was a former alumni of TUM, so we try to work with the graduates from TUM. You can ask him. Then the second one is Elevate Blue. I think also it was announced by Dr. Miriam. This is about 300 SMEs that we want to work with, both in Kenya and Tanzania. So there's good opportunity for the Kenyan part. So again, that call is also out. And the last one is what we call Soko Plug, which we want to train 500 young people on digital skills and digital marketing. And that because we always have a challenge getting into the market. So this skill set, just as mentioned by Yashpal, is what skills do you have and how can you get to the next level? So this is funded by UK Kenya Tech Hub. And so again, this call will be out. Apply for it. You can use those skills in your business, but you can also freelance and get income. So muta siseme hatukutangaza mazuri.
Thank you so much for that. Mtakubali wakuwe na parting shot ama tumalizie hapo? Tumalizie hapo. Sawa, tuwapigie makofi. They have done an amazing job. Wapigie makofi.
Alright, maridadi kabisa, naomba simame hapa mbele tafadhali kwa picha tafadhali. Simame hapa kwa picha tafadhali, bila shaka muda haiko nasi tafadhali. One word is enough for a wise woman and a wise man tafadhali. Tuende hapa mbele. Cameraman tafadhali. Very faster. As an arrow tafadhali. Tujipange. Tafadhali tuwapigie makofi tafadhali tena. Tuwapigie makofi. Asanteni sana, natumai ya kwamba kwa yale yamenenwa umegrab something small that can make your future good tafadhali. Tafadhali kila siku nasema wakati tumekuja mahali kama hapa lazima uchukue kitu kidogo. Na kitu kidogo ni maneno na ideas ndogo ndogo ambayo inaweza kusaidia. Vile vile ningependa kusema ya kwamba naona kijana mwepesi, kijana Pato yuko ndani tafadhali. Tumpigie makofi MCA wa Bamburi wote tafadhali. Huyo kijana niliwaambia niko na historia yake, lakini historia yake ni siku nyingine tafadhali. Tumpigie makofi tena tafadhali kijana huyo. Asante. Kabla tujaleta viongozi wetu tafadhali, vijana tuko hapa kwa ajili ya kuhakikisha kwamba tunapata nafasi katika uchumi samawati tafadhali, blue economy. Na vile vile Mwenyezi Mungu ametuneemesha. Leo tuko na vijana ambao wamesafiri. Kila nchi wamesafiri wakihakikisha kwamba wanajua meli inasema nini. Na by the way, let me tell you something. Hao vijana wanachukua pesa nyingi. Sema pesa nyingi. Wewe bado unakodoa macho, unangoja urithi. Hakuna urithi round hii. Ni utafute hela zako. Sawa? Tuko na vijana wa baharia tafadhali. Vijana wenzangu wa baharia tafadhali, naomba mje hapa mbele ili angalau hao vijana wenzangu wajue kwamba sio story ya jaba. Ni story ya kikweli. Si ya jaba hii. Ni story ya kikweli. Tafadhali vijana wenzangu tafadhali. One word is enough for a wise man and a wise woman. I always say this because I love this. One word is enough for a wise man and a wise woman tafadhali. Jamani, wapi makofi wa vijana wa baharia tafadhali. Hao vijana wametembea nchi zote kwa sababu, njoni tu hapa mbele, kwa sababu ya ubaria. Sasa nitawapa nafasi kidogo angalau waguseguse ili vijana wenzangu wajue kwamba si story ya jaba, ni story ya kikweli. Kwa sababu wengine wanasema ni kweli naweza pata kazi kwa meli. ni kweli. Tafadhali utaanza kwa jina lako na vile vile waguzie vile kuna raha pale, vyakula tele tele, zawadi kocho kocho. Twende kazi bro.
Good evening. Kila mtu ananisikia? My name is Anthony Mwambaya. I come from Kilifi, but currently in Bamburi. I am one of those guys who actually got the advantage to travel all around the world through Blue Economy. And through that, it has given me the, I'd say what, the opportunity to see everything and get exposed to so many things. Na kwa hiyo nashukuru sana sana sana. Currently, we are 5 years. We've done this for 5 years now, and what I can tell you is that sisi kama vijana, trust you me, if you're looking for the right type of opportunity to start your financial journey as a young person through, let's say 20 years old, mpaka pale 35, trust you me, please join cruise ship. I work as a boutique associate in one of the MSC fleets. Pia my colleague, we do MSC, that is Mediterranean Shipping Company. I work as a boutique associate, and my friend also works as an assistant waiter. And salary no ni tamu. That's what I can tell you.
Wapi makofi tafadhali. Haya mwanadada. Hata ukimwangalia hivi utajua anakula fresh, barida. Twende nalo.
Good evening.
Amna sauti. 1 2.
Good evening. My name is Diana Wakesho. I work with MSC Fleet, as my colleague said. This is the right time for you youths to venture in the cruising world. It's an opportunity for you guys to grow, because we can grow back home, but when an opportunity like this strikes, just take the opportunity, because it gives you a chance to grow in a small period of time. Unlike back at home here, you're gonna take a long period of time to just achieve something small. But for this, don't give up. I know there are a lot of you here who have tried once or twice or thrice. You've not gotten the opportunity. Don't give up. Just keep on trying and trying and trying. I did the same. He did the same as well. And wishing you all the best.
Wapi makofi tafadhali. Usiende wewe. Simama hapa. Mimi hii ndio meli. I'm the captain. Mimi ndio najua meli iko wapi na ice iko mbele ama hakuna ice. Tafadhali vijana wenzangu, ningependa waelezee vijana wenzako ya kwamba hii kazi ulipataje? Ulipeana kitu kidogo ama ulikuwa na the materials ambayo inatakikana kama zile papers? Tafadhali hebu gusia ili wajue ya kwamba si story ya jaba, lazima usome baba. Twende nalo.
Yeah, okay. It was around 2018 when we had that there's an opportunity to apply kazi back in Bandari. By then, I had it from a friend who had it from a friend. So we just decided to go. That's where I met him. And we applied. Yeah, it took us like 4 days applying. For the first time, it was the first day was orientation, like mchujo. Tukafanya mchujo, we were 800 people, and then tukachujwa, and then we went for the second interview again, tukafanya mchujo tena, tukachujwa tena, and then we had the third interview, and then the fourth interview was the English test. So wengi walianguka pia hapo. After the English test, and then we went ahead and did the schooling in Bandari, STCW, and we did the medicals again. After the medicals, that's when moja moja tukaanza kusafiri, depending on the department you're applying for. Tukutoa hongo, it was a genuine operation that was taking on there.
Wapi makofi tafadhali. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. Jo. Tafadhali. Hello. Rudini tafadhali. Bwana Waziri, jana nimeambia wenzangu hapa, kuna mkubwa wakati fulani alisema sisi watu wa pwani hatujui kizungu, tukaonelea ya kwamba tulitusiwa. Lakini kwanza jana tunaambiwa you must know how to speak English. So the fact remains, alituambia the fact, lakini ile ili tuingia kwetu tuliona ni madharau, kumbe alikuwa anatuambia ukweli. So hata sasa hivi unasikia vijana wanasema kuna test ya just kizungu tafadhali. Sasa ndugu zanguni, ukiwa na lafidhi ya mama na hujui kizungu tafadhali anza kufanya kizungu tafadhali. Tafadhali. Washarudi, naona Pato alikuwa na swali tafadhali. Kwa wananchi tafadhali, mwananchi, kuna swali lolote kwa ndugu zangu hapa?
To our seafarers, congratulations for 5 years, not a small time. It's actually a very long time. Swali naomba niulize kwa niaba ya vijana wenzangu. How is life at sea? And how complicated or easy is the job on at sea? Na mtu asitoke akiona kazi ni rahisi ama ni ngumu.
Can everybody hear me? Thank you so much for the question. I had to touch on that actually. Life at sea, first we go contract-wise. That is 8 months, 7 months, 6 months, and 5.5 months for me. So literally, every type of department has its own space of contract-wise, okay? So for my department, it's actually different from hers. For my department, when you go inside the ship, same as everybody else, you work all through. There's no such thing as Saturdays, there's no such thing as Sunday. So ukifika kazini, the first day unaingia kazi jioni, na niyo siku unafanya kazi mpaka the end of your contract. Trust you me, it is not easy. But also it has its perks. Kama kazi yote ile. I think there's an actor here pia, si ndio? Hata kazi yake, as much as it seems fun, you see him on screen every now and then, but behind the scenes kuna venye he doesn't sleep. There's phone calls around 3 a.m. You don't know what time you're going to finish your duty, and that's the one thing also kwa mambo na dining department, which is so hectic. Trust you me, take it from me, on a personal level, I did dining before. It was so good, it exposed me to a whole lot of things, different types of culture and everything else, but the working conditions are so tough, but also it gives you the opportunity to earn at such a young age. Unajiendeleza. And I'll also repeat, I'm not going to use big words kama the other panel wametumia, but I'm going to use the most simplest of words. Kama vijana wenzangu, pesa ni tamu. You're being paid in dollars, not in Kenyan shillings. So at the end of the day, after that hard work, when you get paid, it's not taxed. You don't pay tax for whatever thing. Chakula unapatiwa bure, you sail. Today you might wake up in Miami. My friend wake up, I'm gonna travel all around the world. For me, I'm based in USA. So for her, she travels all around the world. Anaweza kuwa Africa leo, akawa Italy kesho, akawa Spain, France, and everything else. So it exposes you to a whole lot. Mpaka ukisema umechoka, ni end of the contract, unakuja na kama milioni zako 2 hapo, unapiga sherehe hypnotica, si ndio hiyo? Any other question?
Hello. Maybe another question that they might ask is, nitasomea nini ndio nikuje kufanya kazi?
Thank you. Do you want to answer that?
Oh, your question is utasomea nini ndio upate kazi kwa meli? Okay, kwa meli kuna department nyingi sana. Even the list yenye wezi expect kama kosha vyombo, electrician, plumber, there's a lot of opportunities there. So I would say like meli, it's like it's like a moving mall. So just imagine what happens in the mall behind the scene and whatever you can see, like the cleaning departments, electricians, broadcast, IT, like there are a lot of, as an engineer, you can even get an opportunity to work in a cruise ship.
Wapi makofi tafadhali. Wapi makofi tafadhali. Mwanadada, sikizeni haya, tulia. Wanasema wanalipwa in dollars. Tafadhali dada, ni dola ngapi? Ili wasikie wewe hivyo.
I would say the least maybe 12.
$12. No, $1,200. Hiyo jamaa kipewa hapa from Duruma hata sherehe mbaya sana. Jamani, wapi makofi tafadhali? Wapi makofi tafadhali? Haya. Kuna swali. Ngojeni kidogo.
Yes. There was a question that was asked by this young girl, lady, about experience. So must I have, which kind of experience is needed for me to work there?
Okay. Experience, ndio. I'm going to give my own personal of how I tended to get the job, okay? When I started working, okay, before that, I had 2 years of experience. I worked in Nairobi at a hotel, at a Chinese hotel to be precise. The minimum of what I did was 2 years. And I'm telling you this out of pure honesty, 2 years. That's my skill in the dining department, okay? That was the least amount of years I had to do, 2 years, kwa hoteli. Right now, they actually changed it to a renowned 5-star hotel if you're in the dining department. So my suggestion, if you really want to apply to go to a cruise line through the dining department, hospitality, please go to a renowned 5-star hotel. That's how they recognize you as you know whatever you're doing. I did this before. Mpaka nikabadilisha my own type of department, okay? They get paid, na amewadanganya by the mind you, amewadanganya. Amesema nalipa 1,200, but it's more than that. The least. That is the least. She gets paid $1,200. That's the least. Nilipoanza na something called buffet. Being a buffet attendant. It's when mgeni anakuja, anachukua any type of food that they want, and they go to the specific place and eat. But when you tend to elevate, and this is what I love about we Kenyans, okay? Whenever you are at a place, this place, the panel has insisted, always look to learn. Learning is always evolving. Learn every day. Nikatoka kwa buffet, nikaenda kwa assistant. Assistant, trust me, it's hectic, she does it, but they get tips. If you think tips huku Kenya ni za maana, trust you me, at the end of the cruise, wanapata tips as kama 20,000 Kenya shillings just for 3 days. That's the least of what they get. That's just the tips, okay? But after that, I changed my department to become a boutique associate. I don't get paid $1,200. The least amount of money I get is $2,800. That's the least of the money I get, okay? Every now and then, when people come to me and ask me questions, I tell them, this is what you need to do. Go learn, have those skills. Remember, in getting into hospitality, that's fine. But as what I can tell you, if you're dealing with cameras, if you're an engineer, just go with that. Trust you me. Kwa meli kuna watu wanalipwa, I'll convert this into Kenyan shillings. The people getting paid almost $1.5 million Kenyan shillings within a month. And that's where we want to go. That's why tunamega watu. Hata mheshimiwa pale kila siku ataambia, guys, you as young people, try as much as possible to go to cruise lining. Cruise lining is the best opportunity for us young people to grow. Trust you me. Hapo ulipo ukipata hata ile $100,000, I think ni manager ndo analipa that kind of money huku Kenya. So you can imagine mtu wa kuosha vyombo analipwa 90,000, 80. Analipwa 90,000 and anasema that's the least. Mtu tu wa kuosha vyombo. So you can imagine somebody mwenye amesomea kazi yake kama video production, mtu wa kuchukua picha. So you can imagine the type of salary within every type of month. Ukatwi ushuru, ukatwi nini, nolala bure. Si ndio?
Makofi jamani. Makofi jamani. Natumai ya kwamba warembo wetu hatuendi Arabuni tena. Tunaenda kwa meli tafadhali.
Kuna wengi ambao wako hapa and probably they have had this and they want more information. Are there places that when you come back from sailing, that you go to volunteer probably to just sensitize people, to give them motivation, to give them knowledge of what happens? Are there places and where exactly? Second question is, I know there are people that are here that don't believe maybe unatoka Kazandani ama unatoka Gede ama unatoka wapi. Just let them know where exactly you come from and what was your background probably. Ndio mtu ajue sisi tumetoka Makochini. Tafadhali.
All right. Me naitwa, I'll say again my name, naitwa Diana Wakesho. Nilikuwa nakaa Mkomani kitambo kabla sijapata hii kazi. Mimi nimelelewa Mkomani, nimezaliwa Mkomani. Nimesoma hapa TUM pia. I did a diploma in business management hapa TUM. And then later, after finishing my diploma course, I ventured in the hospitality industry. Kutafuta until I got the opportunity sasa ya apply kazi na MSc. Sijatoka Makochini. I've struggled in this industry. My friend amesema amefanya 2 years. Mimi I've done like 7 years. Nyali, I've worked in Nyali, I've worked in Milele Beach, casual jobs. Ya 500 kwa siku, 500. Yeah, ilikuwa ni maisha ya kuhustle. Ukisikia huku kuna kazi, you go apply, hoping to get a contract, but you're employed as a contractee, you get paid at the end of the week. Till I got an opportunity to work in a cruise line, and now I'm okay. I think that was the question.
I'll repeat this again. My name is Anthony Mwambaya. Kizungu kingi lakini mimi natoka kule Uswahilini kule. Kambala kule. Before I used to play football. Nishaicheza hapa TUM. I used to sell clothes before, and before that I used to do human resource management. Kiukweli sijatoka Makochini. Hii ni neema ya Mungu kuwa hapa penye nimefika. Tumehustle kama nyinyi na tukabarikiwa. Kila kitu mimi husema it's the grace of God. So penye tumefika tunashukuru Mungu. So kindly usione kama tuko hapa, tumetoka Makochini, we look good and everything, but trust you me, we've started from scratch. Thank you.
During, after umetoka Melini, do you volunteer anywhere to give sensitization probably?
Come again?
After umetoka Melini umekuja huku. Because I know most of you always go to give motivation to young boys and girls. Are there places that you go to and probably even give directions to where they can find you sometimes?
Yeah. Most of the time, kindly. I think everybody's aware of Swahili Port and kwa Karisamaitha in Shanzu, right? So in Swahili Port, there's people meet there on Sundays, and kwa Karisamaitha in Shanzu, it's every specific day. Trust you me, these guys help a lot, so they know how of what you're going to do kwa cruise. It doesn't matter if you're blank or you don't know anything about working on a cruise, but trust you me, the first thing you need to do is get to know what people are doing. And that is where you need to start with, the orientation meetings in Swahili Port na kwa Karisamaitha on every specific day, be it a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until Friday. Any other question? Yes, please.
Mpeni mic huyo mwanadada nyuma hapo. Tafadhali. Mpeni mic.
My name is Natasha Faith of Sheref. So my question is sisi ambao wanafunzi ambao tunasomea short courses, umetoka hapo nje, you have already gotten some experience. Are we able to also work like you guys, ama we have to go to a higher
thing. It's okay. I totally understand. Okay. Is everybody aware by the term industrialization? Is everybody aware of that term? Okay. Nitaipeleka kwa mambo na hospitality and dining, if you don't mind, okay? There's this type of learning that you go to a hotel, you don't get paid, but also you learn through the process, okay? And after that, these guys give you a certificate, of course, that umejifundisha pale. That certificate, your certificate unaweza itumia kwenda ku-apply, okay? These guys, venye ni wajanja, they won't give you, let's say you're applying for an assistant waiter. Hawatakupatia assistant waiter, they're going to give you something below that. I usually love using this term. When you go to Rome, do what the Romans do, okay? So when you go as a buffet, utakuwa unajifundisha step by step by step, because these guys are so lenient, watakuwa wanakufundisha every step of the way. If you are hardworking, as a Kenyan, may believe all the Kenyans are hardworking, utakuwa promoted within the first month of your contract, okay? People change their contract mid. Inabadilisha, instead of being paid $1,200, una change contract yako, unakuwa unalipa $1,800 at the same contract, but inategemea na bidii. So with that little experience, go to a hotel, manze apply. Trust you me, kama sisi kama vijana tunachokana vitu haraka sana. Nimefanya kitu for the past 2 months, nimechoka, inipatii the income that I want. Nasema naachana nayo naenda kuuza viazi mimi, unaona? But trust you me, patience is always key. Patience. Sini sawa mama? Thank you.
Wapi makofi tafadhali?
Hi, how are you? Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Awesome.
My name is Tiffany. I have 2 questions. First of all, which job description is that? The one that pays 1.5 million. Second of all, when you're on board for a cruise ship, I understand like people get homesickness and everything. In regards to mental health, during the long travels, and maybe you're feeling homesick, you know, what happens in such situations? Do they have a counselor over there, someone to assist you during that process? Thanks.
Okay. Your first question was about the salary. What department?
That pays that amount.
Okay. That pays
1.5 million. Is it engineering?
Yes. We have officers, third officers, second and first. We have cadets. Those are the people that get that highly paid salary. Yeah. Also, we have people like the, I would say not really 1 point, but something close to that, the restaurant managers and the boutique managers as well. Mostly the manager, the people with 3 strips. Okay, your second question was about the medical facilities.
Yeah,
If you get
specifically
sick.
mental health.
Yeah, we have very good medical facilities with professionals who are there. Some of them are even Kenyans. The doctors as well get paid like the 1 point something millions, the doctors. So when you get sick, you're given a chance to like sick bed rest. Like for 1 day, depending with how sick you are. You also have the seasickness tablets that you get. You'd be administered to them unless you're sick when you embark for the first 3 days, and then they check how you're proceeding with if it's really the sickness, the seasickness, and then you get to work. But you don't have like a 1 week period of time to heal.
And then the last question, considering if someone is maybe above 40 years old or in your late 30s, is it still too late to study and get a job?
Late 30s.
Yeah, 35 and above 40. What if you just wake up one day and you decide you want a change in career during that age? Because you're not a youth, but you decided to do it. Or
But
is
you're
there like an
ready.
age limit for the people that they take?
For the late 30s, I think we still have people who are working there, even 45 years old. So as long as you know your job and you're doing good, there's something called IPM that they always consider and they always check every time and then. That's what gives them the motivation of having you on board, depending on your progress in work. So I have 4 contracts, but I've not seen somebody getting fired because he's 45 or 46. We still have people on board who are 50 years, 60, 65, depending on the department. But for the restaurant department, I have not seen a 50, but I've seen 45 and so.
Just so we move on, kindly, let's minimize the number of questions. But I've seen a hippie up there, someone who looks like kijana pale mtaani pale Bakarani nafikiri. Kijana ambaye sijui alikuwa yavuta bangi ama sijui alikuwa yafanya nini. Nataka tumsikize pia so that we can get to understand opportunities are everywhere and it does not choose who is who. So kindly just introduce yourself and tell us what you do so that we move from there.
Kwa majina naitwa Derek. I'm not good with the
Derek
public
huvuti
Sorry.
bangi lakini.
Yeah?
Huvuti bangi.
Sivuti bangi. Kule haijalishi how you look. Your look doesn't matter. Your skills and profession is what matters. Hata mimi venye nilipata hii kazi nilidhani I have to cut my dreads, but haijalishi. Ukienda kule unaambiwa as long as you keep them clean, uko sawa. Unaweza enda hata na dreads zinatoshana huku, but your look is your look. Haijalishi una afro, unafanya nini, your skills is what matters. Hiyo ndio kitu tu unaweza waambia. Na mimi nafanya kwa chakula, pande ya chakula, kwa drink sorry, na bado niko na dread, so unaweza ona, unaweza enda hata na ndevu zako, bora tu ni safi. Yeah.
Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante sana kwa sababu ya muda. Tafadhali kama una maswali tafadhali bado wako area, kwa sababu ni vijana wenzetu. Uliza swali na unaweza hata kutumia sheng tafadhali.
Mlachake sorry.
Kwa sababu ya muda.
Kwa sababu ya muda pole, lakini it's important that they give all the information.
Okay.
There's a lot of money that is involved when you're applying and going at sea.
Yes.
From training and getting your seaman book, getting everything.
Yes.
How much does it cost? And probably if you do not have the money, how else do you find means of getting the money?
Okay. That's a very good question, Mheshimiwa. For you to actually start applying for this job, wangapi wako na passport hapa? Wengi, eh? Tafadhali, that is the most important thing. Hata zaidi ID. Me personally, I don't even use my ID. I use my passport, okay? For this process, kuanzia passport, seaman's book, visa, STCW, medicals. Na kwenye hizi medicals, I'd actually stress, everybody najua, most of us young people love to drink, love to smoke, but you do it responsibly, sindio? But tafadhali, when we are doing these medicals, tafadhali, we need to cut off on the drinking and smoking, okay? So kwa hii process yote, trust you me, it's going to cost you almost 120,000 Kenyan shillings. I know it's a lot, but there's usually an initiative called Mbele Initiative. I think the guy is right there, wanyoshe mkono. Ni MC of Bamburi Road, by the way. He has his own type of initiative that actually stresses on helping young people to actually apply for cruise lining business. So, please don't take it the wrong way. Huhongi mtu, I think sisi kama wa Kenya tuko na hiyo kitu. Huhongi mtu, you're not paying any type of money to somebody. Na pia, the amount of salary, mimi napenda pesa. The amount of salary that you guys get, 120,000 Kenyan shillings, is totally nothing. Utaweza kulipa hiyo in the next 1 month and a half. Trust you me. Any other question?
Thank you so much. Makofi kwa tafadhali. Asanteni sana. Niliwaambia si story ya jaba. Na umesikia kizungu cha kijana. Mimi hapo bado ninasema kizungu ni lazima jamani. Tupige makofi tafadhali. Kizungu lazima. Kizungu sote tuseme kizungu lazima. Kizungu kama wewe bado umekaa unasema Mungu ataniona, hakuoni. Lazima wewe mwenyewe uanze kufanya kazi ndio Mungu akufungulie. Si ni sawa? Si ni sawa? Kulingana na muda sasa nataka, kwa sababu viongozi wetu wako hapa, naona waziri wetu, wallahi mimi nakupenda kwa sababu kazi zako, kwa sababu wewe unajitolea kwa ajili ya jamii. Jamani tumpige makofi waziri tafadhali. Na Patrick Mbele tafadhali tumpige makofi, kwa sababu hata jana niliwaambia huyu kijana hii mambo ya blue economy sijui aliona wapi. Kwa sababu alianza hata kama hakuna mtu, ndoto hii ilikuwa baada hakuna kwa Mombasa. Wakati huo bado tuko kwa mheshimiwa Sultan. Ananiambia ndugu yangu Mlachake kuna kitu hapa yaja. Lakini alishikilia na mpaka leo yeye ndio mwenyekiti wa blue economy katika assembly ya Mombasa. Tumgeni makofi tafadhali. Na vile vile napenda kusema ya kwamba asante sana kwa message mheshimiwa. Naona unanitumania message, ananiambia Mlachake kwa kazi zako nzuri. Leo lazima kule kuku. Kawaida wewe unaleta watu hapa mbele. Kawaida unaleta watu hapa mbele wanapewa zawadi, lakini wewe kama MC upewi. Lakini ananiambia leo kuku kwa ajili yangu ili niende na sweetheart pale tukisema Patrick Mbele Initiative. Makofi jamani. Makofi jamani. Kwa sasa nataka nilete RC. Nataka nimlete RC angalau sasa atuletee viongozi wetu kutoka County Government of Mombasa na watupe maneno matamu wa wisdom, na tafadhali naomba tutulie ili tuwasikize viongozi wetu tafadhali. RC, welcome my brother from another mother.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
1, 2, take this.
So I want to recognize the presence of Waziri, who has been here with us since he took a lunch. I wanted to give him time to address us, but he said that he should listen first of all. And then we're also privileged that he's also going to give his closing remarks and officially close this forum. So Waziri, as you are aware, this particular forum was mooted through SOS, your officers, your chief officer, and myself, and the chief officer of education. We said we should have something like this in Mombasa, and then we identified the stakeholders. So this particular event was facilitated by SOS. Then we just came together and said, then what are we supposed to do? Then now from there, we also identified other partners from government and non-government. And we took almost 2 months going forward, planning. And then we even realized that we didn't have money for the same to facilitate. We were almost giving up, trying to say that let us make this a one-day event. But I told them, let's continue with that. We're not going to change until we are here now. So I wanted to, first of all, maybe those stakeholders who were with us, Musimame, recognize Sote Hub, David, yes, Musimame, the ministries. Kuja tumbele, be recognized. Yes. Maybe you introduce yourself and where you come.
One, two.
Waziri, our county assembly member, Patrick, and everyone else. Good evening. My name is Nancy Gabigia. I'm the Director of Vocational Training. And when we were starting to organize this, we didn't envision it will be this big. But we thank God that we've been able to have this event. And I think for the youth, you've had the opportunities that are there for you. You've had real testimonies from people who have gone before you and have achieved. So for us is to encourage you to just focus and get these skills that you need. They are available to you. The county government will be providing even more opportunities for skills development. So watch out this space and tag along those opportunities. Na utafika mbali. Asanteni.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Habari zenu. Kwa majina naitwa Rukia Omar from National Employment Authority. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Tiffany Gatti. I am a corporate communication officer working for the National Employment Authority. I think from this forum, what I'd advise the youth is, make hay while the sun shines, yeah? I think this will be the perfect time to take advantage of this maritime job opportunities. Because, even some of us, we are working, but we want to take advantage of those opportunities kabla kukajae. So just focus on this, and tutaona. But as National Employment Authority, we'll be here to support you along the way. Thank you.
Habari zenu. Mimi nilishaongea sana, but waziri, my name is David, director for SOTE. We love blue economy. So apart from this event, we host Blue Economy Summit every year. And we had almost 5 ambassadors in October, EU attending. I think I also came to the county and informed all the management. So it's a pleasure, and I'm really happy, Charles, through your network, that this has been possible. Thanks.
Waziri, all programs served. Amjambo. Naitwa Darius Olayo, representing National Project Manager Nyota Project. And actually, the forum has reached us to understand how best shall involve youth at cost in the blue economy as you undertake the project. Thank you.
Waziri na participants, hamjambo. Mimi naitwa Kibisu Bernard. I'm representing the Principal Secretary, State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy. We will keep engaging and we fully support such efforts. Thank you.
Good evening once again. My name is Nancy Karaoke, Regional Sales Manager, Absa Bank. We came in as a partner and we are here to just offer capacity building and also financial support. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nadi Fajama, and I work for Somo Africa as the regional manager, Coastal Region. And our main aim is to enable young people like you, all of you here, to access resources to be able to build successful business ventures. That is what we do, and that is why we collaborate with everyone to ensure that our ecosystem is full of opportunities for young people. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Habari za jioni. Vijana oe. Mko salama? Lakini mmechoka. We are sorry for keeping you this late. But it was worth it, ndio? Tumejifunza kitu. Fantastic. Jina ni Felix. Nafanya kazi na shirika la SOS Children's Villages Kenya. Nasimamia project inaitwa Leave No Youth Behind. Na for the last 2 days, jana na leo, madhumuni yetu imekuwa ni kuhakikisha kwamba vijana haswa young carers wapata fursa pia ya kujiunga na wenzao ambao wanafaidika na the blue economy sector in Mombasa and beyond. It's been a pleasure learning from all of you, na asanteni sana.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Richard Ruoti from the State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy. I will wish to thank everyone for agreeing to work together with us this far, and we can appreciate and testify that the young people in Mombasa are getting the opportunities, and we pray that we may continue to partner and even more to bring more to you young people, so that you get a way of interacting and you learn and then you move forward and implement this information for your own good. Thank you and have a blessed evening.
Assalamu alaikum. Hamjambo. Kwa majina naitwa Rukia Chimera. I'm from the State Department of Youth Affairs and Creative Economy. I'm the Sub-County Youth Development Officer, Jomvu. I'm in charge of Jomvu, vijana wa Jomvu. Tuonane Jomvu, sawa sawa? Shukran.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jen Getty. I'm the Youth Development Officer in charge of Likoni Sub-County. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the Likoni Youth Empowerment Center. Come, learn, tufurahie. Every Friday we have an artistic Friday. It's Friday evenings. It begins from around 4:30, 5 p.m. Come share your talent with us.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon Busiro, ACC at the County Commissioner's Office. I'd like to appreciate you all for your patience, Tangujana, because sitting here for the whole day, for 2 days, it's not a joke. And to our facilitators and our partners, Pia, thank you so much for making this program a success.
So, good evening. I'm John Gilo from the County Commissioner's Office. I'll say one thing. All the best to all the youth for looking for new jobs. Thank you.
Thank you, wonderful, wonderful team. Okay, maybe you can now go back. So, Waziri, we're not going to take a lot of time. I would like to go in this order. We have Diana just talk something. Then from there, we'll have Mheshimiwa. You will talk something on the commitment and officially welcome Waziri to address us. So, Diana.
By the virtue of my height, let me just stand here. Hello. Naitwa Diana Gaki na nashukuru kwa hii fursa. Nafanya kazi na shirika la watoto SOS Children's Villages in Kenya. And jana mlipata opportunity ya kumita wa National Director Bwana Walter S. Odhiambo ambaye alifungua hili kongamano. Na when we started this vision together with the State Department of Health, of Youth, it's a vision that we had because we have a youth program that is run here in Mombasa and Eldoret. It's called Leave No Youth Behind. And it uses the model for Nyota, the Vijana na skills, which Waziri, you have even launched one of our cohorts. And we realized that there are so many opportunities in the blue economy. Ambazo Vijana, they were not very clear exactly what they want. But when they come for the Vijana na skills, they want blue economy. What in blue economy, they don't know. Only a few will say cruise ship. So we just envisioned that we'd have a forum where more young people can have different stakeholders talk about the opportunities available. It also becomes a networking platform. So for me, it is such an honor to see the young people tapping into this knowledge because our vision has been actualized. That is why we even thought we need to support the live streaming. It has been streamed live the whole of yesterday, the whole of today in the SOS Children's Village platforms, so that even those who are not able to join, even in future, they can still go back and learn of the opportunities that are available. Na hayo ndo maono yetu ya kwamba we will not sit on this information only. Tumeijua, tutaambia pia wenzetu, because these opportunities are so many for all of us. They are more than enough for all of us. We can all fit in the different spaces. We've learned of so many opportunities apart from cruise ship. So ninatarajia kwamba the next year, we will have a different cohort. We will have new success stories. Apart from wale wamesimama hapa, sasa tutakuwa na wengine ambao watakuwa nasema last year nilikuja kwa hii forum hapa tu, nikalan na nikafanya hivi na nimefanikiwa. That is now what we are moving forward to. So for us as SOS Children's Village in Kenya, we are so grateful for your patience, for honoring the invitation, Vijana. We are so thankful for our stakeholders, for even supporting us in planning this whole event, and for TUM for hosting us. And we look forward to having it as an annual event, which is one of the main reasons why we had the government lead it, both county and national, for sustainability. And TUM have already volunteered to be giving us a venue. And we have so many others. We have Bandari who also want to give us a venue. So we are looking forward to having it as a flagship. This is a flagship. For every year, we have Blue Economy forums, not just the summit alone. And I'm hoping that from this, even more young people will tell more young people about the great opportunities available. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. And as SOS Children's Village, we'll continue supporting our children and our young people in the best way that we can. Thank you.
Let's continue to appreciate her. Thank you so much.
Mambo, Kofiti, kwa heshima ya waziri, wadosi wote ambao wako hapa, najua siwezi kuwataja wote kwa majina. Vijana, mambo. Mimi niko hapa kwa majina naitwa Patrick Mbele, ndiye MCA wa Bamburi na vile vile chairperson wa Blue Economy Committee hapa bunge. Yangu yatakuwa si mengi. Kuna zile commitments zangu nitafanya, lakini vile vile kuna mambo ambayo nitafanya kwa wenzetu ambao katika hii sehemu. Naomba nianze na yale ambayo naomba, alafu niseme commitments. Madam Nancy Kariuki. Hi, how are you? You're here, I know you're from ABSA, but I'm sure you sit as a conglomerate of other banks, probably in Mombasa or other places. All I'm asking for, KCB has offered to give loans to seafarers, and they've done that for some time. They only give to companies that are based in Mombasa, that have offices in Mombasa. But most of these jobs sometimes are found online, and you'd have an agency probably in the United States of America that links you up to an opportunity to a cruise ship that is in Italy. You might not have direct contact between the bank and the institution, but all I'm asking for, sijui mtafanya nyinyi lakini, so that you're able to give loans to these young people wakipata hizi kazi. Ndio wasiteseke kule mitaani. Sawa sawa. So Absa najua karibuni. I can also come to your office tuongee zaidi. Number 2 is to the many institutions, including Technical University of Mombasa. I hope there's somebody from TUM here. This institution started as a maritime institution way back in those days. It lost its glory somewhere, but I'm seeing it coming back. I am asking that there are so many other opportunities that are found on board that all our schools, TUM, Bandari, Kenya Coast, hatuna hizo courses. I am sure cash might be the problem, but I'm sure government is also willing to help. Vitu kama amesema plumbing, we don't have those trainings. Kuna ile plumbing ya kawaida, lakini plumbing ya meli hakuna. Welding hakuna. Kuna ratings. Ratings ni mtu tu wa kusaidia mkono. Anaambia pangusa hapa, pangusa pale. Those courses are still not available in our schools. Curriculum development, I'm sure, is not a big thing to do. It might be tedious, but kindly do it for our youth. Those opportunities are there. The current report that is coming from the Seafarers report says that there will be a deficit of 26,000 officers and 75,000 seafarers by 2032. Now that tells you opportunities are opening up. Ukraine and Russia used to produce the most seafarers. Saizi kuna vita huko saizi. That means wengi ambao wanafanya kazi huko hawako tena. So the opportunities are opening up, hakuna watu. Tusaidieni. TUM, Bandari, Kenya Coast National Polytechnic, and any other institution, including ours, TVET, tuamke. Kuna nafasi. Ya mwisho ni kwa wenzetu ambao ni regulators, Kenya Maritime Authority. I don't know if there's somebody from Kenya Maritime Authority. It might be a boardroom affair that we need to talk in the boardroom, but it is important to understand that time is of essence. These schools literally try their best to make curriculums. It is upon you to help them make sure that those curriculums are well done and those curriculums are passed in time so that they're able to teach these students. So KMA, please pull up your socks. I know you're trying, but you can do better. The last is now to myself and other leaders. Wengi tunatoka mitaani hapa, si ndio? Mitaa hapa Mombasa. Uko na MCA kama mimi kule kwa mtaa wako, si ndio? They might not be knowing what I know. I might not be able to tell them what I know tukiwa bunge because of our ego purposes. But kindly, msiwarushie mawe kwa sababu hajafanyia haya. Muhimu, keti naye mwambie mheshimiwa, kuna kitu fulani fulani na fulani na fulani. You can always get advice. Wakusikiza, atasikiza, yule ambaye atasikiza, si anaweza kusaidiwa, si ndio? Unaweza kumsaidia hata wewe. Sawa sawa. So please pass on this knowledge to other people. Ukienda mtaani, don't just stay with it. Because huwezi andikwa kazi 26,000 peke yako. You can only fill one vacancy. So please talk to your leaders, tell them about them. They might be able to support. Last thing is, personally, as the chairperson of the Blue Economy Committee, I am committing, which is something I've been doing from some time, but I want to upgrade to much more better. Sensitization forums. I do them in my ward, at Bamburi ward. Mesia kule kwa Maitha, that's where Mbele Initiative does those sensitization forums. I do them for free. But what I'm committing is that I'll go and talk to my fellow MCAs and see if we can also do the same things in every ward in Mombasa County, so that everyone is able to access this information. One last thing is to ask that all of us here today have left here with a lot of knowledge. I am repeating, tafadhali, share it to your friend. By 2022, ningekuwa mchoyo niseme information nimepata, ama 2018, I am sure most of us will not have got those opportunities. Because it is so open in our country that opportunities, when they come up, and I must congratulate the Department of Youth here in Mombasa, National Government Department, for what you have done. Most opportunities are broadcasted and told mostly in Nairobi and up countries. But here, I am seeing a new dawn in these things. Please continue. Na sisi wengine pia tuendelee kufanya hiyo kazi pamoja. Nasema asante, Mwenyezi Mungu atubariki sote. And all the best. Naomba kwa sasa, kwa heshima kubwa, nimwalike mdosi. Nimwalike nani? Mdosi. Mdosi msanii. Ndicho ngemwekea ngoma kwanza acheze bwana. Umwekea ngoma.
Tushazeka. Achana nayo. Asante. Hatujambo. Good afternoon, or is it evening already? The young people, what happened to them? They disappeared. Amani kuchoka wamechoka. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity. Every time we speak about youth matters, I become a bit emotional. Because before I go further, let me appreciate, there's a very big list, but first and foremost, my brother Mbele, as an MCA and a very young MCA as such, this young man took it upon himself to ensure that he comes up with an initiative and coin it in such a way that, because basically, unaangalia mandhari yako kama tulivyoambiwa na daktari hapa, unaangalia mandhari yako, alafu una-identify ni sehemu gani ambayo nita thrive, and you push that agenda. This young man has actually done a lot for the youth, not only of Bamburi. I've realized so many places where we go to sit and discuss matters, blue economy. The young man has been very, very energetic and passionate about the whole thing. Mpeni makofi. The second very important person, and I think people have mentioned this a couple of times. Every other time I go to these meetings where we're discussing youth matters, is this gentleman called Charles. Na kawaida, he has a twin brother called Richard. Where's Richard? Richard, yeah, these are twins. I call them twins. Every other time we discuss them at the county, I usually say, don't forget those twins at the national government. Wapeni makofi jamani. These two people, most of these programs that actually come up, like my brother Mbele has said, as the State Department, more often you will realize most of these programs will actually go outside our area of domain. We are talking blue economy, but more often you will realize ni jamaa wetu wa bara ndio wanakuja wanachukua hizi positions. Why? Because we are not aware. We don't know. Our young people are not aware. So these people have actually taken it upon themselves to ensure that they get the who is who that is close to them, so that they can be able to sensitize these young people about the opportunities that are available, because we have to align their needs to the opportunities that are available. They are all around us, these opportunities, but are we aware of that? So these two gentlemen, thank you very much for the good job that you people have been doing, and specifically the State Department. Under the leadership of the County Commissioner as well and his office, we've had a lot of good collaboration between the County Commissioner's office and my boss, the Governor of the County of Mombasa. Most of the times we keep hearing about stories that it was very difficult for the County Department to work with the State Department. But fortunately, I have a brother in Charles, I have a brother in Richard, I have a brother in the County Commissioner, the Governor has a brother in the County Commissioner, and we walk this journey together because the youth are not owned by the national government, neither are they owned by the county government, but the national government of Kenya. And we both, as the national and the county departments, county governments, work for the same youth. Yule kijana ambaye yuko Bamburi ni Mkenya, under the State Department. Yule kijana ambaye yuko Bamburi ni Mkenya, under my department in the county government of Mombasa. So we have brought in that synergy, and it has actually worked very well, and I want to commend everyone who has been involved in this to make sure that it actually works the way it is supposed to work. The other team that I want to really commend and thank so very much is the SOS team. My sister and the team, your director, I heard was here yesterday. I missed out yesterday because we had other engagements. This morning I was supposed to come and speak, but unfortunately again I was engaged in other matters out there, so I requested to come in the afternoon so that we can be able to learn together, because it's a learning session. And most of us, people assume that just because you're in leadership, you're a know-it-all. No, we learn every single day. Just like today, I learned a lot of things. When Charles came to me and tried to nongonezea me that Waziri, I hope you will not be bored. No, I'm not here to be bored. I'm here to learn. And I actually came here intentionally to learn. So our young people, be encouraged that there are people who are holding our hands as government to make sure that we move together. Amani vile nimemtaja Absa kwa kuwa na pesa. Absa, uko wapi? Naambiwa una fulusi. Toa kidogo ili kwamba wanipe nafasi. Absa, I'm working with you even right now. In the county government of Mombasa, we have so many initiatives. And I'm actually saying this because it's good. Mpe mtu maua wakati angali hai. We have so many initiatives, specifically when we talk about my docket. I was just talking to my brother Mbele with regards to some of the things that we are doing. And most of the times you will realize that funds are not enough. The reason as to why all these people came together so that they can pull this crowd together was basically because there was scarcity of funds. So the funding of this initiative came from so many people. ABSA have been a close partner to the county government of Mombasa. That I can say without a doubt. Right now, we are doing the second edition, I think, of the Mombasa International Film Festival. And ABSA have come through as partners in this, just to make sure that the youth of Mombasa are well taken care of. And with regards to this specific initiative, the youth need funding. One, I think you need about 120,000 shillings to get yourself on board that ship, or to get yourself on board the ship, or before you get on board the ship, 120,000 shillings. Most of these young people cannot afford this. So ABSA, I think, have a package that is very hospitable to some of these people. And most of the initiatives that we have gone to, financial literacy has been noted to be one of the major issues that the youth need to embrace. And ABSA, you have come through in so many ways to actually ensure that our youth are well skilled in this area. So thank you very much, ABSA. Sote Hub, thank you, Sote. And thank you for the good job that you're doing, sir. It's not the first time, and I'm sure it will not be the last time to actually sit together and discuss matters youth, and whatever you're doing within Mombasa County is really appreciated, truly, truly appreciated. Thank you so very much. And there's so many hubs that we have within Mombasa. One thing we noted was this, and I think I'll just go family a little bit, that we sire kids. And these kids, sometimes because of, I said this in a different forum, that probably the lady, it might have been an accident that you got pregnant, or yes, you purposely decided that you actually want to get a child. And we get these children. And then there is the mentorship aspect that we are required to work with these kids. Na mimi husema hivi, sio tafadhali kama mzazi, sio tafadhali. Kwamba umeleta kiumbe dunia hiki, alafu unakiachia dunia ili kwamba kitunze kile kiumbe. That is one, if those who are believers here, if there's a very big sin that a human being would ever do, would be that. Because in essence, what I keep saying is this is a very innocent human being that has come into this world. Very clean in mind, not knowing how to walk, not knowing when you tell her go or tell him come, not knowing nothing. The mind is as clean as, how can I put it? A flash disk? Can I say that? A clean flash disk? Very clean flash disk. Very clean. This is a very innocent human being. So every word this person gets, everything they see, everything they hear, forms the reality of this child. And that forms the being in them. So when you see a child out there behave in a certain manner, that is what we have instilled in them. So intentionally, as the county government of Mombasa, we have decided that yes, some parents fail. But all of us have a responsibility as grown-ups to parent those who are younger than us. How do we do that? We do that in a structured manner. As government, we have been intentional to create an environment where hubs, youth hubs, thrive. And that is why several places I go, I was in Kakamega just the other day for the opening of the Kyokosa Games. And someone asked me, Waziri, what do you do to these young people? Every other time we hear, oh, there is Swahili Pot, oh, there is this other hub, oh, there is this other hub. The reason is, as parents, somehow we have failed. But we are not going to fail as humanity, because you're first human before your title. And as a human, you have a responsibility to take care of that creation that has come after you, so that we create a better society going forward. The reason as to why we have all these forums, sitting and discussing and learning and explaining to each other all these things, is so that we can acquire this knowledge on a daily basis and make our society better. So the young people of Mombasa as well need to embrace this. Umepewa, chukua. Someone said, I have experience, but I don't have. No, you don't have experience. We will skill you first. First of all, we will mentor you. We will make sure that the parenting that you were denied. Go to Swahili Pot. I've sat in Swahili Pot so many times. I've actually gone there. There are people who have mentors attached to them. And it's not just about skilling in a specific area or profession. It's about getting to know life skills. First, how do I survive in this environment? Then the minute now I'm stable as a human being, mentally and physically, then I can be able to consume the driving lessons that you want to give me. Then after I've consumed the driving lessons that you want to give me, I will find a place where I can go and practice and get the experience that the lady was talking about. Now, say it is entrepreneurship, I will also need to get financing and financial skills that we were talking about. So these are initiatives that are inculcated in our young people through these structured hubs that we have within Mombasa. And we thank you all for the good job that you're doing. One thing the government does, and sometimes we forget this, kuna ile dhana kuwa ukija kwa waziri kuna mamilioni pale ndani atakutolea tu alafu kisha uondoke. The government does not have money. No. I think the president has spoken this 1,001 times, that the government is broke. Apart from that, the austerity measures that have been put in place. Just the other day, I sat with my committee from the assembly. They were grilling me about the monies that I have in my budget and how is it expended. Because yes, they're doing their oversight role. And in the process, we got to learn that without you, SOS, without you, all these brands that are behind me, we wouldn't have been doing all the initiatives that we are doing. So trust me, we mean well with you. We will give you the environment and the space to thrive. We will walk with you, and we will ensure that you get to every corner of this county. God bless you for the good job that you're doing. Kenya Startup Bill, and especially I can micro it to Mombasa Startup Bill. That was a good one, and I thought it's actually good to speak about this. That how can we make taxes better? How can we improve on the skills of our young people? How can we, protect, ensure that there is intellectual property bill or protection that is desired? How can we ensure that there is funding for our young people actually to get into entrepreneurship? My governor has spoken about this a lot, His Excellency Abdul Samad Sharif Nasser. Most of the bills that go into the assembly, and my brother Mbele can attest to this, we are actually, the last finance bill that we did, when the national government's finance bill was being hit left, right, and center, our finance bill had no issues. And the reason was, he told us categorically, I remember we were in an executive meeting at a certain point in time, where in the national government, they call it the cabinet. We were in cabinet just before the passing of the bill, and the gentleman was very categorical, and he said, already watu wangu wa Mombasa wamefinyika ya kutosha. We're not going to add a single shilling. In fact, there are spaces where he decided that the taxes should actually come down. In this specific space, we are intentional, and we have spoken about this. And that is why, again, I repeat, that we will walk with you. Any licenses required for you, kindly just mention it. We will waive it, so that we actually make sure that the youth of Mombasa get the information they desire, get the skills they desire, and get the support, financial support that they desire. We might not have it as the government. The friends that we have it. And if there's a way that we can actually work together and make their life easy, so that we can make our children and our young people become better, just like us, it would be very good for all of us. I just want to speak about one thing. In His Excellency Abdul Samad Sharif Nasser's government, we had several initiatives that were planned for the youth. Apart from the blue economy that tonight we are dealing with, there was the governor's airlift program, which I think Mheshimiwa or the CS, the former governor Machakos, is actually driving right now. We have that initiative within the county. It has not taken off, but it should be taking off. Just the other day, there were youth who are being interviewed on the same, and hopefully they will actually find these jobs that we are talking about, the cruise ship jobs and every other jobs that are out there, out of the country. We have the creative economy. Like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, we have the second edition of Mombasa International Film Festival. This was a brainchild of His Excellency Abdul Samad Sharif Nasser. When I got into government, he looked at me and he said, wewe msanii, nataka hii kitu. Na hii kitu inatusaidia. Trust me, sensitization is key to the growth of any bit of economic sector that we are looking at. Just like other entrepreneurial sectors, now we are singing matters blue economy. At the same time, I'm also singing matters the creative economy. And we are also sensitizing the youth that the opportunities here. Sensitization is key. Apart from now the sensitization and bringing them on board, we are skilling them. Kenya Film Commission have assisted me in doing that. Other practitioners in the industry have actually assisted me in doing that. Currently, we have so many partners who have come on board, and you're all welcome on the 7th. We have the gala night of the second edition of the Mombasa International Film Festival, which will be happening at Fort Jesus. Karibuni sana. This is all in support of the youth, so that they can be busy and they can be able to run away from the vices that we identify them with. Someone talked about violence. The connection between violence and economic support, or the support that we're actually giving the youth. Trust me, economic empowerment is one of the key sectors to actually help these young people. Hawa mapanga, hawa mnasema mapanga, sijui nini. If we can be able to convince them to come to these kind of forums, if we intentionally be the parents to these young people, so that we can be able to convince them to come to these kind of forums, or even change the equation, not do it in this kind of a setup. Go village, go local, so that we can speak to them and actually throw this gospel to them. You did not just become a Christian just like that. Someone had to talk to you. Someone had to encourage you. You went to Sunday school. You got to learn that I've got to be a better person. You did not just become a Muslim. You were not born a Muslim. You were born, then you went to madrasa. Then you got to understand what Islam is all about. The values that were instilled in you. That is why you're the best person that you are today. Why are we leaving these young people? What kind of initiatives can we have apart from this so that we can reach them and change their perspective of thinking? Finally, my brother here asked a question. Why is it that the youth take entrepreneurship as a side hustle? You might be older than me, or maybe I might be older than you, I'm not sure. But as we grow up, our education system has taught us this, that you come from nursery, and now it's CBC, you come from nursery, then you go to primary school, then you go to secondary school, then you wait for then there was National Youth Service. I think you went through National Youth Service. Then you go to university. Then after university, you look for a job. That's the way it was. And then the country was basically growing from 1963 to around that period. There were jobs in government. There were jobs in KPA, there were jobs in the county government, and there were jobs everywhere else. There are no jobs out there. I saw someone throw a meme on social media the other day that nowadays, if you give your uncle your CV, just forget that you even gave it out. And then they will start hating on your uncle because they did not get you a job. No, it's not their fault. There are no jobs out there. This is the reason we are changing our mindset as the young people. Get out of school and become an entrepreneur. Get out of school and get your job. Be the brand. Be the brand. Be the business. Be the person that actually, the CEO. Be the employer. So these initiatives are very good. So that the minute now we come out of this sensitization, some of them will actually get into those schools. They will be skilled. Those hubs, they will be skilled. And then later on, they will get to another level. The minute you get to learn, you pursue that line. Now, it's not only about the cruise ships that someone has articulated very well as far as blue economy is concerned. We've been told about aqua culture. Kuna samaki wengi sana hapo. Hospitality, kuna hoteli nyingi sana hapo. Hii bahari hii ina mambo mengi. People are actually collecting, cleaning up the ocean. Look at your surrounding as a young person and identify something that you can do that will earn you an income within that surrounding. Those in Kericho are actually doing well with tea because they have tea all around them. Those in Murima are doing very well with coffee. Why? Because coffee is all around them. What about us? We have KPA here. We have the ships. We have the boats. Tunaweza kupata ndoano. We have the fish. A lot of fish in here. So as young people, what do you want? Walk into these hubs. First of all, identify your niche. The minute you get to know the direction you want to go, that is where now sometimes we'll lose it. You want to get a hold of 1,001 things. Identify a niche and run for it. I acted on this stage when I was very young. I came to this place when I was waiting to go to university. I came to the school to do accounts. I acted on this stage. Now I'm speaking on this stage as a county executive. Just to encourage you, young man, that I saw a gap. And I realized that, young man, you're very good in this. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, I'm going to add more skills so that I become an even better actor. I did not just sit there. Now, I don't go for auditions. Now, producers look for me. Nowadays, I say no to these jobs because I'm an executive in the county government. But I do not say no in building the economy in this area. I use my expertise now to grow the industry and to grow the young people, courtesy of the film festival that I'm doing and other initiatives within the creative sector. So it's upon you. I repeat, it's upon you, young people. Pick yourself up and take up these opportunities because they are right here waiting for you. And with those so very many remarks, I'm very thankful to everyone again. On behalf of His Excellency Abdul Samad Sharif Nasser, the head of our government in Mombasa, I pass my appreciations to each and every one of us who participated in this, from the smallest to the biggest. I know SOS gave a lot of money, so you're the biggest. We really appreciate you, and we thank you for the good job that you're doing. But those very many remarks, I declare this sitting closed. Thank you very much.
Asante sana kwa maneno matamu ya busara waziri wetu. Anasema baada ya university you look for a job. I look for a job. I look for a job, not realizing that looking for a job was my job to look for a job. Tafadhali makofi tafadhali. Kwa muda huu naomba kila kitu kilicho na mwanzo akikosi nini? Mwisho. Tafadhali naomba kwa sababu watu wamechoka, sitaki maneno mengi ili isemwe MC mwenza.
Ndio.
Si watu wanachoka. Tufunge sio?
Wanataka tuendelee.
Tuendelee. Umemsalimia waziri lakini waziri anasema usijali. Leo lazima tukunywe soda. Don't mind. Anasema kazi yetu ni freshi na baada ya hapa lazima tukunywe soda baridi. One for the road tukienda nyumbani. Wapi makofi ya waziri tafadhali? Asante sana. So bila kupoteza muda, MC mwenza nataka nikupe muda huu ili utamatishe tafadhali.
Asante sana. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. I just want to take this opportunity to appreciate our guests. All our sponsors from the national government, county government, all the partners that have made this thing possible. We really appreciate you. And thank you so much for your patience. And all the young people in the room and those that have already left, you've made these 2 days very, very successful and very, very impactful. And we appreciate you. Wherever you go, know that there's so much that you can do in the blue economy. And there's so much that you can impact your community, and you can earn an income and also create employment opportunities for other young people out there. So thank you so much. And before we sing the national anthem to conclude, there is one of us who has a vote of thanks that he'd want to share with us, and then we sing the national anthem and call it and bring it to a close. So please, kindly you are welcome to share with us your few remarks as we give a vote of thanks for the 2 days that we've been here. Let's appreciate him, please.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. All protocols observed. And my fellow youths, good evening. Are you doing good? Mko salama? Vijana hoye! Vijana hoye! Okay, thank you so much. So a lot has been spoken. I'm so grateful for such an opportunity. You see, when we are given such platforms, it's usually very good because we as youth, we get a chance to escalate our concerns and also talk about our grievances and what we really need, because all of us are here for a purpose. Si tuko hapa kwa sababu ya sababu fulani jamaa? Si tuko hapa kwa sababu ya sababu fulani? So I want you guys to repeat this after me. There is no youth without you. There is no youth without you. There is no opportunity without I. There is no opportunity without I. Asanteni sana. You've really done it so well. So now, I just need to acha nitoke America niingie Mombasani. Sawa, niongee lugha ambaye sisi sote tutakuwa tunaelewana. Sasa nataka kusema hivi. Hapa Mombasa, we usually have this notion that hauwezi fanikiwa bila connection. But guys, let me tell you this. It's a cap. This is false. You can really make it out there without any connections. Why am I saying this? In some forum that I attended, I think a couple of weeks back, there is this lady called Miss Mwongela. So what I learned from Miss Mwongela said that the only way that you can maneuver in this life, or the only way that you can make it or prosper katika haya maisha, is through volunteering. Are you getting me right? The only way is through volunteering. Usikae pale nyumbani. Sawa, hakuna kazi. Basi jiengage katika CBO or NGO. Go there. At least engage yourself. Talk. Share ideas. Get inspired. Inspire others. Get inspired. Inspire yourself. You know? Kwa sababu, you see, once you take an opportunity to go out, you get to learn. Day by day. This life is all about learning. Each and every single day, you're getting a new idea. Every lesson is a blessing. So please, guys, let's be very ready to volunteer. Hata kama maybe you won't be getting something from there, we shouldn't always just look at the bag. Tusiangalie tu ni pesa ngapi tuwapata kutoka hapa, ama ni shilingi ngapi ambayo mimi nitapata. Usiangalie shilingi, angalia opportunities. Think outside the box, yeah? It's high time for us guys to start thinking louder, yeah? Tafute hizi opportunities kwa sababu in such brands, like in such organizations, we have so many opportunities. Trust you me, if you were to go there will be these forums that will be like these ones. So when you go there, you will meet different people. I also learned something new, that your network is your net worth. Repeat this after me. Your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Thank you so much. Mmesema vizuri sana. Sasa, I have one last, it's a plead and it's a kind request. A lot has been spoken about these cruise ship opportunities. A lot has been said about these blue economy opportunities, on board jobs and everything. But I think we really left something out. Whatever you're leaving out, let's remember that we are working internationally, yeah? We are working internationally. So if I speak about internationally, it's not only English that is the language that is required. It's not only English that is the language that is required. We have other languages that are required for you to be on board. We have other languages that will help you work with ease in your workstation or in your workplace. So please, 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 foreign language is something that is very important. Please, let me finish. This is just a kind request. For the academic practitioners, Waziri, our government officials, you see, just like in KPA, the way they introduced this entrepreneurship skills as an added course in the hospitality sector. I have a plead. Please make it that foreign language can also be part and parcel of this course. Kindly introduce foreign language, even if it's one. Either it's Germany, either it's French, either it's Mexico, either it's Mandarin. Please introduce it as one of the languages and it be in the hospitality sector. Kindly. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, let's be upstanding as we sing the national anthem and we leave. So also from us, the MCs, we appreciate everyone for trusting us to be your MCs for the 2 days. We hope that we've done some good job and we look forward to continue working with you. Thank you so much. On behalf of Mlachake and myself, Daylene, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So we want to sing our national anthem in Kiswahili. Let's be all upstanding and attention.
O God of all creation, blessed is our God and nation. Just
Asante sana. Thank you very much. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Safe travels to those that are traveling, and may you arrive at your destination in safe and sound. Thank you.